We're on the air. Just, let me get the people caught up because Brandon jumped his own story. Hold on a second. So Brandon jumped his own story. America, how y'all doing? We're back here
What
again.
about what
Brandon,
about Africa, Australia, Mexico, Canada, China, Japan?
hey,
About
until my analytics show on. Hey, I can't say hi to them yet. Oh, you know what? I can't say hi to Great Britain. I got about 4% of
nope.
people looking at my channel from Great Britain. So
Oh
I
Lord,
did find that in
Well,
my analytics.
I'm gonna give a shout
they
out to
looking at you at
to
you
the
twerking.
to the boys over there in Nigeria. You know how we do.
So to get people caught up, Brandon is talking about Comcast plans to roll out blazing fast 10 gig internet in 2023. First of all, rolling out and charging customers for it is two totally different things. But this is interesting per se, but it's just, I feel the same exact way how AT&T was talking about they're going to roll out 20 gigs, but the thing is it's going to be in some test case somewhere in America that nobody knows of.
Oh yeah, but
It's
we can
probably
do
be
math. We
Dallas.
can do math, Keon.
Uh-huh.
If they're gonna do everything, so what's 1200 subtract, you know what I'm saying, man? So 893 megahertz. Even if they look, Brandon, even if they kept the legacy TV going, right? They still got 893 megahertz to work with.
Hmm.
No, Ray.
Now,
What I'm saying is that they don't even have the equipment out yet. They haven't even announced it.
dude, so you telling me that there's not DOCSIS 3.1?
What?
I mean, there is, but like me and
Remember,
RF
Brandon,
earlier
they're
last year. Uh
they're
huh.
doing full duplex. So that's why I subtracted. What I'm saying is, even if we leave the current TV how it is, that's
Uh
part I
huh.
think you're missing. Even without touching the TV how it is, they still have 893 megahertz that they can do full duplex on.
Right.
That's without them touching the TV.
Uh huh.
All right. So now remember, if you go full duplex, your uplink and downlink are in the same channels. It's TDD. You don't need
Basically,
separate frequencies for uplink and downlink at that point. Now, every 192 megahertz can do over 2 gigs.
Brandon, there's nothing really holding Comcast back.
No, I know, and I mean,
They can get
They're
like
testing.
they can get 9.2 gigs out with the way the network is set now, without changing anything on
and
the
that's
TV side.
and that's keeping the old folks on their regular
That's
cable.
keeping them on the old ass boxes, changing nothing. So remember, they're not doing what Spectrum's doing. What Spectrum's doing is extended DOCSIS. Extended DOCSIS requires that the upstream come all the way up to 206. They're
mhm.
doing full duplex. So that means they can just take 307 and up and just make it up and downlink.
And I look, I'm fascinated with this, but the thing is, Comcast has not been friendly with upgrading. Other cable
Oh
companies
no.
they'll
Oh
upgrade
yeah.
their plant, and it's kind of like a natural progression of upgrades across the board. Comcast is not doing that. If I bet there's people still on Comcast from 10 years ago where they were getting 32 megabits per second up, I mean down, and 5 up, and they still keep them there. I bet there's still people on Comcast on those lower plans.
What lower plans?
The low, like, 10 years ago, man, it was like 30, 35 gigs was the fastest. No, 35, 35 megs was the fastest.
They don't have those type of speeds anymore.
It's not about having it anymore. I bet there's customers are still on it.
No, they don't like those customers are beyond upgraded.
I seriously doubt it because Comcast literally charging you for everything.
they will trust me, dude. When I first got Comcast, their speeds were literally starting at 6 megabits. That
Right.
one speed now is at that 800 megabits.
Yeah. If you
The
if you
per
don't
the
it,
per the
if
per the
you if you
uh-huh.
don't call and talk to them, I'm talking about
No,
what about
they
the people who don't
no
call and talk to
no no
them?
no 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 no. Each year they upgrade the internet. They upgrade the plans each year, and they slowly raise prices. That's how they work.
Yeah, but when I'm talking about the people who don't call in, who don't go, hey, give me a deal, give me a deal, give me a deal. Just like there's people on like Verizon who still does data buckets. Do
Now
you
now
think
for
do you
now
think
now
that
for
do you think that Verizon is gonna go down there and go grab them people and say, hey, look, you get unlimited internet now?
No, but what I'm saying is like I mean like Comcast has actually created lower plan tiers. Like
Right.
they've
And
like but that plan as of late last year was upgraded.
I understand that. What I'm saying is when it comes to upgrading you naturally, Comcast is not gonna do that.
They actually do that.
That you're telling me that there's people
And man,
who
your
never
internet
called
speed
anybody.
literally went from 800 megabits to a gig.
Mine don't no, mine didn't.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't. I had always been getting like 950. What's going on,
But
Gene?
but but
Austin, how you doing?
technically you were signed up for the 8 wars at the time at the 800 plan.
Yeah, we
But
signed
it's
up for
over
it.
provision to 800 and something megs. I mean
Right.
900 and something megs.
But what I'm saying is that's what we chose. That is the choice. It's about the choice. I chose for the close to the
But
gig.
they automatically upgrade you.
I'm telling you, yo, every single time I got an upgrade from Comcast, I had to call in to get it. I never got it just because they
Dude,
upgraded their
I've had
plan.
Comcast for 15 years.
I
And they
understand.
always do that shit. You could even look up articles.
Hey, look, I'm telling you, as a Comcast customer, and
No
paying them out of
radio,
my
no
pocket.
radio, no radio. Even Time Warner Cable did that shit.
Well, no radio's on mute, but
I mean,
um, but I'm telling you, man, I've never gotten a natural progression upgrade from Comcast. Where we're talking, and the way I'm saying, when I say natural progression, I'm talking about you don't do anything and they just naturally upgrade you because their overall system has gotten faster.
mhm.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about you calling in and saying, "Hey, what's your deal of the week?" And then all of a sudden they go, "Oh, we can get you this, we can get you that." No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you don't call them at all and they don't upgrade you.
Yeah, they always do that shit.
But that's what I'm saying. Like the way that we've already heard that Spectrum does it, the way that we already heard that Spectrum does it is what's up, Kenny?
Yo, what's up? Why am I the only one with a video?
Because you're the only one with video.
Y'all
Nobody wants to see my
incognito.
ugly face.
Whatever.
But I don't know
Oh, he's not
if
lying.
you were listening to
I'm
what
playing.
we were talking
My
about. We are talking
boy,
about
my boy
Comcast.
coming here looking like he a meme. He looking like what they doing over there at the neighbor house? I don't know what's going on over there, man. You see these fool, man? Shit.
What are they doing? What are you doing? What are you doing over there?
Them folk crazy over there, man. That's what he look like with that hat over his eye.
But yeah, no, hey, look, like I said, I've never had Comcast where they naturally upgraded their plan and then turn around and was like, man, you know what? You on that
And
one
man,
by
you
one
probably don't restart your
megabit?
modem.
Huh. Wow. Yes, I do,
No, I'm
sir.
dead serious.
Yes, I do. I have
Okay,
not.
No,
I
you
Brandon.
have not.
don't.
Okay, Brandon. Go over there and unplug it, plug it back in, Brandon. It makes you feel better.
Brandy, I literally I power cycle all my devices, dog.
But you
I
don't
don't power cycle nothing unless it's
exactly.
broken.
You said devices, but not the modem.
Yeah. What's the modem? A device,
Exactly.
right?
You said devices.
modem. The modem is a device. I have the Google. I have what is it? I have the modem that comes from Comcast. I power cycle that. I have the Google Home. I power cycle that. I have a network switch after that I power cycle that too. I'll do that probably
Look,
maybe like every couple months.
Brandon, I'm confused. How you go from shitting on Comcast to defending them now? I'm confused.
Right. Right. I don't know how you do that. He's like, yes, they do. Yes, they do.
This cat, man. He got me using, oh boy with the hat got me using 1970s terms. This cat.
look, Comcast
Yo, bro, I
boosts
give everybody hell, man. I ain't picking up.
Oh,
Set my mood shine.
look, Comcast
Uh,
boosts its internet speeds again.
oh
They
no,
actually-
Gene. I don't have Google Fiber, Gene. They don't offer it here in DC. I wish they did, but they don't.
I mean, we all know that you would actually get T-Mobile Fiber than Google Fiber.
Hey, if they offer it, hey, you know that's for another subject a little bit later. But I would get it if they offered it.
Comcast increased internet speeds for its 50 customer tiers in Delaware and 13 other East Coast states for businesses and home customers. The company will also roll out new download speeds for up to 2 gigabits per second, combined with up to 5 to 10 times faster upload speed before the end of the year, which this is an article.
Okay,
But that's
so
why
here
I
you go.
keep saying that they actually do upgrade the speeds.
Okay, but here's the thing, Brandon. Comcast announced this year. Okay, Comcast announced not this year, but they announced last year that they were going to upgrade their upload. Okay, but guess what? They're charging for it. Anybody who they are upgrading the upload, but to get access to that new upload, to go from like what is it? To go from like I'm at 20 megs up, right? To go to from 20 megs to 200, they want an extra $20.
Okay, look, Austin said we've upgraded our Comcast internet to gig speed, which speeds move so fast that you don't really know if it's working. When I first got Comcast, it's been the same plan since 2014. They've upgraded my speed to 500 higher than it was when I signed up.
So they just naturally upgraded you. You didn't call them at all.
Yes.
Hey, that'll be the first time I've ever seen Comcast.
Maybe
generous,
they
man.
don't.
That's a
Maybe they
blessing.
don't. Maybe they don't do
That
that where
is
you
a-
live in the apartments.
The radio. Do you say he hit him with the crucifix?
Somebody
Thank you,
else
Jesus.
did that.
Thank you.
That's a blessing because Comcast wouldn't just do that out the blue.
Comcast will not do that at the blue, man. I'm telling you,
Hell
man.
nah.
Shit.
I have never ever seen Comcast do anything out of generosity, boy.
Yeah, you gotta change your voice.
But the thing is that, but the beauty of it, I mean, the beauty in corporate America is, in your terms, is that they will upgrade to basically eventually raise the price on you.
Yeah, okay. Here's the thing: offering it, and then there's a natural upgrade. Like think of it kind of like this, speed limit on the road, right? When you end up going, you're doing 60 miles an hour, right? Instead of saying that some people can go 60, everybody can go 60, right? The thing is yeah, they do. Comcast does offer tiers higher, but we're talking about like, why would you keep the person who's at the bottom still at 20 miles an hour? You see what I'm saying? Yes, they can. You can bump them. You can literally bump them up and don't give them all the benefits. But that's not what Comcast does. We've already talked that said that different other cable companies literally just will naturally upgrade their whole plan.
And then literally last year, Comcast upgraded the internet speeds twice.
I didn't see no upgrades.
So you did so last year when you literally
Nope.
the 800 back then used to only be 400.
I have literally. Let me tell you something. I've been living where I'm at right now for going on almost 4 years now. and my internet speed has been the same for the last 4 years. So no upgrades.
Bro, I'm about to get Dr. Dennis in here, bro.
Oh God, don't bring him in here. Nothing against Dennis. I just because I don't need it. I don't need the explosion that happened when you put. Did any of y'all remember the movie? Was it? It was the one with Bruce Willis in it. Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Uh-huh.
You know those two substances they put together, and all of a sudden they'll blow everything up.
Uh-huh.
That's Dennis and no radio. I'm not doing that. No. It's not gonna happen. But let me moving on to other stuff. So we've had CES this beginning of this year, and one of the things that stood out for me for CES is, and no radio might like this one. Oh, whatever, Brandon. Is this. So an article from PC World. I've been filtering through all the YouTubes and finding like what has stood out in the in CES, and I think we found something interesting. So this company called Beyond Fans.
Uh-oh.
So the long and short of it is this: PC, like laptop PCs and computers, if they're air cooled, all of them use a reciprocal fan that moves air, right? Well, what happens when you go solid state? No moving parts. Which, if this company can get its act together, which I think they're working with some OEMs now, and there's a video on YouTube that talks about it also. But they can cool a PC in a laptop form factor better than a lot of these regular fans, and using less power. What y'all think?
Sounds good.
We're talking about
Yes, sounds good, but
a lot of the problem with PC, especially laptops, is that the cooling is the bottleneck, and because cooling is normally the bottleneck, you don't get as much power out of it. So like take what happened with like the M1 in the M1 chip in the the MacBook Air, right? They put the same chip in the MacBook Air they did the MacBook Pro, but the only difference was there's active cooling versus passive cooling. We're talking about like they just put the CPU in and just stuck a heat sink and it blazed the heat onto the chassis. And they were able to get the same amount of processing out of one of the cheaper laptop, all because of keeping it cool. I think they put it inside of a freezer and got the same performance. But these are low, very small profile fan, like moveless fans. Nobody says nothing. Nobody.
Like I said, it sounds good.
Bro, this article is boring. Let's talk about this data breach.
Oh God, Brandon. Oh God, Brandon. Once
straight
again,
to the
sir.
point.
Once again, sir. Here we go.
Don't nobody care about them fans. It's not summer.
Yo.
Oh God. Okay, Brandon. Okay.
Brandon, you mighty
So-
aggressive tonight, sir.
Very aggressive. Very.
Mitchell must have told him something he didn't like.
Oh God.
Oh.
No.
Mitchell
He wasn't
threatened to leave.
ready. All right, so since nobody cares about this, I do. I'm a PC nerd, so anything you could do
Sounds
that.
good. We got to see it in the field first. That's the answer to that question. We got to see it in
Edmund,
the
how
field.
are you a
Hey,
PC nerd and you like Chromebook?
Oh, damn.
Brandon,
Brandon
just
got
say
the
it's a
damn bullets loaded.
Brandon gonna fire tonight, boy. Good God.
Edmund. That's like eating Chick-fil-A.
Hey,
But no
hey,
flavor.
I had Chick-fil-A this week. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Oh,
When
shit.
especially when you're hungry.
Vibrating membranes.
Yes.
No comment.
Yes. No radio. No comment, sir. You should not comment at all. Let's put it like right there. You should not comment at all. So since Brandon wants to jump straight into the fire, and I made a video when this happened also, so everybody knows that T-Mobile yet again has failed us, and I of all people have to bear the brunt of this because I like T-Mobile. I'm not going to change that just because companies keep losing my data. Because guess what? Also, PayPal got hacked too. So my data is just floating all over the dark web right now.
Wow.
But T-Mobile gets hacked yet again.
I'm about to go and get a United flight under your name, Edmund.
Hey, I'm gonna tell them good luck. They're gonna try to use my information and get locked up. They're gonna be like, we knew you didn't have no money. But so I'm gonna go around the table. Everybody throws their hat, throw the shade, whatever you got, throw it into the pot, so we can go ahead and move past and hope that we can do better for 2023 since they already kicked it off with a breach early in the year. Yes, Gene, a lot of people do hate T-Mobile. I agree with you, but without competition, Verizon and AT&T would not be doing what they're doing right now. So that's the way I look at it right now. So, Brandon, please proceed with the start of this shooting gallery that you wanted to begin. How do you feel?
With you, I don't care. I mean, I don't care. Like,
you don't care. You don't care.
I do care, but at the same time, like, it's just getting old.
Hacks in general are old.
No, but I mean, theirs are massive. But what I'm saying is that it's getting old to a point where I guess people are just used to it, and most people probably don't care because they have their free lines, their discounts are 20% off, and all this other stuff. It may be a free device or tablet or whatever, and most of them probably don't care. Most of them, some of them, I should say, most of them probably are in the same shoes as you.
A lot of people are in the same shoes as me.
And not only that, but since John Ledger was there, they've had crazy quarters. They're not stop. They don't really stop from growing.
Well, here's the thing: a lot of people don't know what's going on either. So, besides
It's been all over the news. But T-Mobile's going to manipulate the situation and be like, "Here's a free line and here's a free iPhone." They're probably going to end up giving away a free iPhone 14 Plus because nobody's buying it.
Hey, I'm just saying that majority of the people don't really know if you're not truly plugged in on what's going on, and a lot of people don't even like if you have conversations with people. A lot of people don't even know that T-Mobile got hacked. Even what that bigger one that they had, which was like 75 million. A lot of people still don't know that, and they're starting to pay out for that one. So they're just now starting to finish payout for the previous one, and then now they get another one.
T-Mobile's not a bad company. They're still they're still growing massively year by year, but they're still learning their own shit.
Oh, I see what Gene wrote. So, you wasn't here last week when I discussed that last bit of your conversation when it came to the FCC and DOJ in the merger agreements, but they they're every single time there's a breach of any type,
Exactly, Eugene.
there's gonna be an investigation period. But the layoffs, that one's a different subject. I talked about it last week. The long and short of it is you know T-Mobile has a lot that they're not doing right now, and it's starting to show. I'm just surprised, like the conversation I had, what was it, last night? I'm surprised that the other two are not jumping on them about this. Why Verizon and AT&T are not using this against them? Because T-Mobile's hypersensitive about their image. If they started running commercials against T-Mobile on their data breaches, they might be able to stop their growth. What do you think? No radio?
I mean, if honestly, if Verizon really wanted to grow, this would probably be the perfect time to put them on blast.
I mean, I'm surprised they haven't done it.
Well, I mean, it's only been out for a couple of days, so it might
No,
be out in a week or so.
but I'm talking about the previous ones. They didn't do anything then.
I want to
Come
hear
on
what
now.
Ken got to say about it, man. Let's let Ken talk.
What about you, Kenny?
You know, I'm not a super tech head, but I think that's a huge problem if they're getting hacked that many times. I mean, who's responsible for allowing this to happen, or the security behind it? Because that's a lot of people's information out there. I mean, people use their phones to do a lot of bank transactions, regardless if you don't have a bunch of money or don't feel that it's that important. It's going to affect you one way or another. I think Verizon needs to step out there. They should have stepped out there the first time and said something. I'm not sure why they're so quiet. That's the question right there. Why are they so quiet and not saying anything and taking shots?
Well, there's if you actually look up, Verizon hacks last year, they had over 2,000 hacking events that happened at Verizon, and over 300 of them were confirmed hacks. It's just the media doesn't cover it. So they're getting hacked too, maybe at a smaller scale, but they're also getting hacked. And I think for them, if they were to step out and start preaching about how secure they are, someone might start pulling out that stuff.
Oh, they start pulling their receipts on them.
It will cause you to become a target.
Ooh.
Basically, none of the carriers are secure. None of them are. None of them are completely secure. Some are just getting hacked more than others. I think T-Mobile's the loudest, so they also probably get the most people trying to hack them, as well as when they do get hacked, they get the most people targeting them because of how loud they are. Right. The squeaky wheel getting the grease, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense.
They're the big dog with a block running their mouth. Yeah, they out there swinging their meat around. Somebody snipped.
Wow.
He said it. He said it.
All right.
He said it.
Got a little porno.
Just keep it 100. And you can actually look that up. There was over 2,000 events of hacking occurring at Verizon last year.
See, the problem is that T-Mobile has had the biggest data breaches out of all of them combined.
But you know what?
But of the percentage of customers, how many are actually having issues? That's what we don't know. How many people are actually having their info used? I ain't had anything happen yet.
That's actually
I haven't had anything happen, and they damn sure got my info
either.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Nah, because I'm wondering. Speaking on that Verizon, because I'm with Verizon, I did get hacked. I don't know if I told you this, Emma, but I got hacked on the Goat app, and someone just went the hell off and started ordering shoes to get sent to Florida, changed everything in there. And I'm not sure if that's because Verizon got hacked, as you mentioned, which is something I didn't know about, or if it was just the app itself. So,
well, one of the things a lot of people need to remember is these hacking events are like a culmination of multiple different things. So somebody gets, like, let's say they get the T-Mobile information, then they cross-reference that T-Mobile information with the PayPal information. So now it confirms information that's already out there. So the deeper that you can confirm multiple people's info, the more reliable the info becomes, which that way you can end up using it if you want to be nefarious about it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like the culmination of all. It's not, oh, but T-Mobile got hacked, all of a sudden you lost your house. Like that, you can never point out that would be the exact problem to the issue. You would never be able to pull that string and say, oh, I lost my house due to the fact that the T-Mobile hack happened 2 years ago. You know what I mean?
I mean, I think that just depends on how much information you're willing to save in your phone or anywhere else online. I've learned that from that Go incident, since they ran up about what $1,200 almost. If I wouldn't have caught that because they send emails on PayPal and on the Go ad like, yo, is this you? Because we know this is not what you normally do.
And that's what I find funny about a lot of people's stories, right? Is that like my wife ordered my tablet, right? But you know, our accounts are still not merged and everything. But she made a transaction with my credit card, and Bank of America called my phone, and she's making the transaction. Which they're like, "Are you sure? Did you wanted to buy this tablet?" Like, yes, I was. Click. I'm
Well, here's
surprised
my
that
question: Was the
we're at the
card?
point where people can't. But go ahead.
No, I was going to ask: Was the card already saved, or was
Yeah.
it she was just using it one time? Because I think that's what
No,
the issue is. If we save our information on our phones or on those accounts, it makes it easier when these hacks happen for them to take advantage of
it was already
us.
saved. It was already
Yeah,
saved.
that's what we got to get in the habit of not being lazy and doing it, just saving it because it's easier. Because I think that's where it really will affect us is when there is a hack with T-Mobile, Verizon. If you have information that's saved on it, then that's when they can really start making moves to hurt your financials.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the reason why I asked a lot of people this is there's so many things in place that like it prevents it from happening. Like,
but
you
are you going
know,
to catch it all the time?
well, here's the thing: your personal habits dictate where you are. So, like, they say you live in DC, right? If you're in DC and all of a sudden there's a transaction in Puerto Rico, but then all of a sudden you turn around and you back in DC again at the 7-Eleven, the bank automatically knows that it's impossible that you was in Puerto Rico and DC at the same time.
Yeah, but they give you a certain time limit to respond to that. If you don't respond, they're going to say,
Oh, they're
we're going to assume it was
freeze
you.
everything. They'll just freeze it all.
It frees everything because, like, for instance, like my wife, we bank with the credit union, right?
Uh-huh.
We were in Mexico, and she went to use her card, and it immediately rejected it off the rip because at that point she had never used that card in Mexico. It immediately rejected. She had to call the bank to get it pushed through. So, like I said, it's not. So obviously, if the company say somebody hacks T-Mobile and they get your credit card information, but then you also need to have your bank also monitoring. You need to have multiple layers of protection. One layer of protection is never secure.
Right.
That's just it's if the whole system has to fail basically from all the companies you're involved with. Because say someone hacks T-Mobile, they get your info, then they hack your Facebook, then they get some info from there, and then they hack your Gmail. At some point, everybody's failing.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. I'm with a credit federal union, so federal credit union. So I'm like, what the hell? Why didn't y'all? Because they didn't say anything. It was the fact that the app sent the email saying, "Hey, did you order this?" And then PayPal was like, "Hey, what's going on here?" But the transactions were still going through. One of the joints actually went through, but they gave me my money back. The person got away with one item, but I got my money back.
But you got your money back. But also, you got to remember, PayPal is held on the hook for those transactions because they're guaranteeing your security. You see what I'm saying?
True.
So so that's what I'm saying is all it. Yes, this is a bad thing that has happened, right?
37 million.
I don't want nobody
70-something million. That's a damn bad.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Well, let's look at last year. You know who all got hacked last year? Microsoft got hacked last year. Crypto.com got hacked. News Corp got hacked. The Red Cross got hacked.
Golly.
With your blood type. They know if you got HIV. They know everything.
That's sad.
You see what I'm saying?
What you
It
stealing
wasn't.
from the Red Cross? Blood nigga? What you a
They
vampire?
got information on you, dog. They might even use it for marketing to tell you what the new HIV medicine is. You don't know.
Mm,
That's true.
I'm just
That's
telling
true.
you, like that's
yeah,
you,
I just like understand. I try to go out there and I try to tell people, I'm like, look, this is a bad event, and T-Mobile needs to tighten their ship up. But understand, this is just one out of many being affected. Like this is like as soon as this came out, right? A day later, PayPal gets hacked, and I'm like, well, shoot, I'm on T-Mobile and I have PayPal.
Yep.
Well, there go my information, all
But
gone.
let's keep in mind, right? So this is other thing that gets under my skin. The last few years, everybody's talking about password managers,
Yeah,
I'm getting tired of that.
and they're supposed to be secure. Man, don't use password managers.
no.
Just
Hey,
don't.
look. Why do you
They
think
ain't gotta hack
last
T-Mobile
pass?
if they hack the password manager. Now they got your OnlyFans account. They got your,
Your Pornhub account?
they got your BBW girls account. They got everything.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? They
no.
get everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I
I
guess
just
it's our
think-
responsibility as the consumers or the customers to be like, hey, T-Mobile, Verizon, Microsoft, tighten up, get your Kegels on. Come on now, y'all tripping.
They
No,
get-
Kenny, I like what you said there, but I'm not going to repeat it. But no,
your
hey, that's
Kegels.
yeah. You didn't see. And
What?
then
They
no
gotta
radio
tighten up.
caught
Get
it.
your
I like
Kegels
Kenny. I like Kenny, man. What's that? Get your Kegels on. Get tighten up.
Oh
Loosen
no.
up, sink ships.
Oh.
Exactly.
I just think that it's just kind of like how can I say it? The dumpster fire that is T-Mobile right now is just driving around and don't realize they're on fire. That's kind of what the problem is. Everybody's angry with them, and rightfully so. Hey, I got 5 lines. I'm angry because
Well,
look, this is multiple
I
times
mean, your
right now.
dad right now is. I mean, your dad this weekend probably trolled you.
Hey, everybody's a troll me, man. Even look,
all I'm
even in my
saying is this.
videos.
If you were an AT&T employee in 2015 and you didn't take the LifeLock that they offer for free,
Mm.
you special.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
took
I'm
it.
just saying.
I'm trying to figure out why you got 5 lines. What you doing that we don't know?
Hey, look. I'm a avid tester of these networks, okay? And
He have it tested. He got an
I'm
OnlyFans, sells drugs on the
God.
next account.
Oh
Man, I
no.
don't know what else you doing. You
And you
braiding
better
hair in
watch
the
it,
next
Keon.
account.
Bobby coming for them accounts. He want to know what you're getting in them accounts. You know,
Oh
Mhm.
gosh. Well, I can tell you
What,
right now, I ain't making
what
no
they
money
call
off
him,
those
Big
accounts
Daddy,
yet.
gonna want all the money.
Keon
Look.
over there selling crusty foot pics. That's what he saw.
Oh God.
Trying to hide that from the federal government.
Man, look, I ain't got no money from it yet. I need money.
That means you doing something wrong if you ain't making money. You got 5 lines doing all that, man.
I needed money first.
Oh man.
So I'm
I just think that we might all get a big surprise when the other two get hacked again soon, and then a lot of this is gonna be quiet.
Well,
hey,
I mean,
no,
Comcast
it
was
won't
actually hacked.
it won't even get reported, man. Come on. I'll end up doing a video and be the only person that's done a video. Hey, look, today in the news, X, Y, and Z just got hacked, and everybody will be crickets. Be like, hey, so are you gonna do a video on it? I see nothing, I heard nothing, I saw nothing.
Wait,
They had
you said Comcast got hacked?
Yes. It was. It happened like
When
maybe a month and a half ago or something like that.
Mhm.
Man, we ain't safe nowhere. Everybody getting hacked. Why are we giving these fools money?
because
There you go.
because you know why? Because companies don't believe in security. You saw what happened with Sony, and understand the Sony hack was even worse. It knocked out the PSN. Nobody could play their video games. Come to find out, man, the hackers was living inside of Sony's network. Living. Woke up in the morning checking everybody's email for them.
Oh shit! Is that a comment?
Huh?
Yeah.
Dog,
Okay.
they were literally checking, like they pulled out emails where Angelina Jolie was like being irate about something and how she was being a diva, and they posted it on the web like that. How long do you have to be inside of somebody's network to get the emails?
Which okay, question. Which Sony hack?
Oh
Gosh,
damn!
Which one? Because it's been
How
a
do you
bunch
say
of
that name? Is it Ashy? Ashay? What?
actually,
yeah, that's we call him Ashay.
Ashay? I thought it said Ashy. My bad. T-Mobile needs money for advertising.
they spent a boatload of money on advertising, man.
Like you know how Sony had $81 million so stole from them in the hack. You
Yeah,
talking about that? Yeah.
I think so. It's
Yeah.
also the one where the PSN got knocked out too.
I'm
I'm
just
just saying,
saying.
I used to be a PlayStation person and play PlayStation. I remember it well because I wasn't able to play.
I mean, if anything, according to all the the bleeding, crying people that T-Mobile needs to, instead of laying off people, they need to take the random sales guy and teach them how to be a cybersecurity expert.
Well, shit, I'm
Hey.
doing life all wrong. I need to learn how to be a hacker. They're stealing $81 million and getting away with that shit. The fuck? Excuse my language. I'm just saying. How you stealing that much
You're in
money?
the wrong-
I will be hunting
You're
you
in the
down
wrong
to the
profession,
ends of
sir.
the earth. You stole $81 million from me. I'm coming for you. I'm hiring.
$81 million, and they had 100 government email addresses in the archive.
Dang.
Bruh. Look here,
Well,
we're
then-
getting some mercenaries and going on a hunt. You got me chopped. Give me my money back.
173,000 government emails.
Well,
Now,
doesn't
see-
Apple pay millions of dollars to hackers to actually try to hack their own phone or something like that?
Yeah,
good
they
luck on
do.
that.
They do bounties. They do bounties. But see, here's the thing: the way that Apple computers are set up is you're trying to hack individuals. You want for the whole. You're going after the whole kit and caboodle. That's the centralized point of where everything culminates from.
So let's
don't-
just remember though, Apple's only more secure because ain't enough of them in the world.
Except, you remember that? Remember that hack that happened with Apple where people's photos. Remember the hack
Videos
where
and
people's
photos got
photos
released. We
got
started learning
released.
how dirty
That's-
the actresses and actors were.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's every year. But like I said,
Hey.
the only reason why they're secure is because they're not as successful as the other companies.
That's
They
true.
got successful enough to put Rihanna and a couple other people out on blast. So I don't know.
Who was the girl from what was
Hunger
it?
Games.
Hunger Games?
Yeah,
I see
no
her
disrespect,
totally
but she
different
got
now.
exposed. I would have been pissed. We would have had me and Apple would have had to talk. Hey, look here, y'all got some personal photos floating out there. Y'all got to give me some money or something like that. I gotta get paid for this bull.
I see her totally different now. Like
Yep.
I watched that movie. I watched Hunger Games totally different. See what I saw.
So I'm not going to see it. I'm good.
May your odds ever be your favorite girl. Let's remember that.
They weren't in her favorite when them Jones got leaked.
Here you go. So Ryan says Cash App was hacked last year. Lord
sure?
Jesus. Oh, that's a word. I'm on
Yeah.
Cash App too. Oh God.
Good thing mine's balance is at zero now. I ain't messing with them on that.
Oh Lord. All my data's in the web. All of it. I'm on Cash App too.
See, that's why it's important to know how to spend your money and put it in assets versus all on the internet for people to steal.
Yeah, if you're using any
Man.
here with your credit card, first thing I would tell you is if you have a bank that lets you have a virtual card, use the virtual card.
Use the virtual card.
Let's use the virtual card. Change your banking card as often as possible.
Yes.
That's a good point.
Like really,
Yes.
like wait, one of my bank charges me $5 for a card, the other one charges me $8.
So
I'll
how
be like,
often are you saying to change it?
give me a new card. Like really, it ain't that, just keep
You talk
flipping it.
Hey, look,
Every 3 months,
you might
every
have
4
to.
months, every 6 months. How often should you change it just to be safe?
I should just change it whenever you feel like it at this point.
I would say every time you come across these big breaches like this, change it.
I can get a new card from my credit union in like 2 days.
I can get it same day.
If I pay for the expedited. I can't get it same day, but I can get it in like 2 days.
Really? Mine will you should go up to the bank and they'll print you out a new card right away.
They can't do that here. That's decentralized. Yeah, they only print it from the main center. They don't do it locally because you know what? Somebody already hacked that shit.
Oh,
Oh, well then, that'll do it.
man, ain't nothing safe.
So remember, that's the same. I don't know if y'all ain't in North Carolina, but years ago there was a whole bunch of these DMV people like printing out bogus IDs for people.
Hey. You
Yeah.
mean DMV as in DC, Maryland, and Virginia, or you mean DMV as in where you
Talking
go
about
get you?
The Department of Motor Vehicles. Which one we talking about?
I know they hustlers out here, but damn.
So now they can't even give you an ID at local DMV anymore. They have to print it at the actual security state office now because people
That
were
makes sense.
manipulating that. People
Hey,
were
here
taking,
you go.
they're getting
So
paid.
this,
They print a little extra
so
ID for you, so they stopped giving us
so
local IDs.
so Anonymous has left one. I use
see.
prepaid cards. You know what? It's starting to get to the place where we might have to start doing that.
Yeah. Anonymous
It's
got a
starting to
point
get to the
there.
place.
Yeah.
It's starting to get to that point where prepaid cards are going to have to be the thing
Boy,
because it's getting ridiculous now.
They release a virtual card that you can change anytime.
Yes.
hackers and scammers are just really they step in. I can't. But they stepping that game up. They getting everybody every which way.
Oh yeah.
No lube. Just no lube.
So here's where the line gets funny. You want to be secure, right? But do you want to be so secure that you can't even get to your own shit?
That's the problem.
That is the problem.
That's the gray area.
That's a great point. Didn't that happen to a dude that when which crypto was it that went big?
It
not
probably
too
was
long.
Bitcoin.
It was Bitcoin. He had like he swore he had like over I can't remember. It was a high number, like the highest I've ever heard.
I think he had like about 10 or 12 Bitcoin, like whole Bitcoins in his wallet.
And it was worth billions, if I was correct. But he forgot the password.
Don't have his password.
And if he attempted to do one more time, it would lock it for good. And I didn't understand how whatever he was using, why couldn't they open that for him as long as he had the proper ID and could prove it was him?
You know what? Hey, no radio. Remember, we had that conversation middle of this week, right? Shout out to Dave, holding down with Monero.
You're fucked.
Shout out to Dave, holding down for Monero. You know, he's been trying to convert people. I know how I feel how you feel, but hey, that's the problem. Is you could be so secure that you can lock yourself out.
Yep. With no help from the company itself or the app, whatever he was using, with no help from them.
Because the way that Bitcoin works is it gives you like phrases. So it gives you like a string of phrases that you have to key in, and if any one of those phrases are keyed in wrong, and you gotta key it in the right order. So it's not like you randomly put them in. You gotta key it in the same order it was given to you, and if you don't, it will lock your account.
And that nigga had a life-changing moment happen and get taken away. That would hurt my soul. I'd probably cry every night for the rest of my life.
That's like winning. That's like winning the lottery, going up there and then realizing that you lost the ticket.
Man, that's that whole crying in the shower, in the corner of the shower, an hour a day, like my life ain't shit type. I feel bad for him, but at the same time, it's like, bruh, you got to do better than that.
Anonymous says, I only put money to cover my bills. So as soon as I put the money on the card, it's gone within hours. I feel you.
I feel him. I feel him 100%.
I feel you. Hey, look, at the rate it's going right now, that's what you're going to have to end up doing.
What I think we need pretty much every single financial institution in the U.S. to support virtual one-time use cards.
I think so. Hey, look, you know what my solution was, and I was talking with Carlos and everybody about the T-Mobile hack, and the thing that I suggest is one of the reasons why we keep getting these hacks all the time is the amount that it costs to pay out per person. So my solution is I think that it should cost any company that you want to hold onto my data that it should cost you $100,000 per person. Hey, if I lose my data and I end up losing my identity, guess what? You should lose some money. I'm sorry.
Pretty much bankrupt every U.S. company immediately.
I don't care.
They're bankrupting us. What you mean? They don't care about us.
I don't
I'm with
care.
it.
Look, when I
Pay
when I,
me for
when I
your
was
screw
all of a
ups.
sudden I was trying to go for a home loan and come to find out I got 15 baby mamas that claiming that I'm their they baby daddy, or I had phone I got cell phones in my name that I don't realize I ever had. I got to go through and spend time to get that all cleaned up. Come on, man.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. I'm
So
just saying
more
that.
responsibility.
So how do y'all feel about how all the companies encourage auto pay, which means they have to store your card?
They got to
I
store
hate
your card.
nah.
I hate it,
That's the issue I had right
but
there. Storing the card.
they give you a discount to do it though.
They
Discount these nuts.
don't have to quit. There you go, kid. I'm with you. That whole
Hey,
you know, we'll discount you for auto pay. Yeah, you also discount my damn info to some hacker.
that's true.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just that's got to go.
It's gonna have to go. I mean, the problem is this is especially like with these the hacks that happen, right? So T-Mobile no different. They're paying out, right? But check this out. Why are you just not gonna refund the money directly back into my account? Like even give me a bill credit on my account because they took the information from you. You know that they have the information. You get sued. You get this class action lawsuit, and then now I gotta call you to ask you to give me my money. No,
That's a
give
good
it to me the same. Give it to me the same exact way I lost it. How about that?
one thing I'll give Dave. Dave, if you remember, Dave was talking about the push versus pull. Auto pay
Yes.
should be a push system,
Oh, you
meaning
talking
that
about?
instead of them having your card and they pull funds, instead they should basically like solicit your bank and say, hey, he signed up for auto pay. Make sure he wants to pay, and then just give me a push notification. I can say yes or no to my device. That's secure.
Where the information comes from the bank, not it goes
Not
from the bank to.
never have your card.
Oh no, I actually like that idea. So
That
radio.
makes sense. But you could
The bank
technically
can
do that.
decide to pay them or not. Basically, you can just say, hey, yes, bank, pay that bill, or no, don't pay that
and
bill.
and it needs to qualify as auto pay because if you do it
Yeah,
yourself, it doesn't qualify.
Yeah,
So if
because
yeah,
shit
I set it up,
happens.
if I set it up on my end through Bank of America or whatever bank that you bank with, it doesn't qualify as auto pay. If you they want to have your card number on hand to do auto pay.
yeah. They need to
So
go to a system where we push the finance to them, not they're able to pull it and have all the info to pull it. They just
I'm
say,
with
hey,
that.
this account, we only know the last 3 digits. Is this the proper name? Yes, that's the name. Okay, so that's the right account. Is this the proper this? Yes. Okay. And then on your phone, you get a message. Hey, your auto pay is due today on T-Mobile. Would you like to pay? And you can just hit yes.
and
I
then
like
boom.
that idea. I like that because shit happens where the money might not be there because of some other bullshit from another company getting hacked. So if the case that happens, you can still push no, but still pay it later or if you when you can. But it still needs to be counted as auto pay because you are trying to auto pay
Oh
and get
yeah,
that discount.
but remember, companies don't care about other companies, man. Company A doesn't give a rat's tail about company B.
Oh
Y'all
yeah, all
know
they care about is the money.
Everybody trying to get their money from you. They're like, yo, I don't care. I don't care. You owe OnlyFans. Hey, I
my
want my money.
early. That's how early it is. It's 12 days earlier than the due date on my Verizon bill, for instance.
Mm.
Well, auto pay.
Yeah, the real reason why they're pushing you on auto pay is because they're getting the money early so they can move it around early and do things with it. That's the only
They're
reason
trying
why
to move people's money around.
you're putting money into a big pile they can then throw over here or throw over there early versus them having to wait. Basically, they're getting a pay advance every month by
Mm.
you pay.
Everybody wants to
So
get paid earlier. That's all.
yeah, that's because they can make side deals and gamble your money. That's why.
Exactly.
Mm.
That's what it is. You're giving
That's
them a
how. That's
advance.
how
That's
these
what
Bammers like Trump can sit up here and borrow so much money from the banks, and you're like, where did the bank get all that money? It's your money. They gambling with that motherfucker and whoever else has the power and connections. Nah, forget that.
I feel you,
Soon as they lose it, then it's you just oh well, nothing we can do about it. What do you mean there's nothing you can do about it? It was my money.
man. Hey, look, I'm just saying that the way that companies set themselves up right now is advantage them, not advantage you. But then when all of a sudden when they lose your data, they go, "Oh, woe is me. I guess your information is only worth $3." That I mean, come on. That's why I say it needs to be so high. The amount to hold my personal data needs to be so high that it makes you not want to do it. I'm sorry. It's got to be like, yo, if I do this, I got to do it the right way. You see what I'm saying? I don't need to be going to moms and pops steak shop and they holding on to my data for the next 5 years, and then come to find out they get hacked. Like I didn't hold on to your steak for 5 years. I can tell you that much.
That's a lot of accountability that companies and people don't want, though.
But like I said, it needs to be that type of way where there need to be a penalty high enough that makes a company go, we cannot invest in that. We don't want that responsibility. Period.
That goes back to the lobbyists, though. They got lobbyists in
Oh yeah,
Washington.
they'll cry bloody murder, man. They'll be like, oh no, Mr. Congressperson, please don't do it.
I watched a documentary about like the medical field and how they approve medical devices and stuff. Man, oh Jesus,
It's sad.
It's bro that
It's sad.
Hey, these medical. Oh, I know I'm kind of off subject, but on subject. But bro, the medical device world is crazy, bro. They get stuff approved because it's similar to something else they got approved. It never even gets actually checked.
Sounds about right. They experiment on the patients. I work in the medical field, and that sounds about right.
They go, hey, this company has a similar design. We're going to use it because they got approved, and they'll let them do it versus having to actually be tested. That's crazy, bro.
Ryan says start paying your bills in cash at the store again. so the stores can start getting robbed, because that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, but all stores don't want to do cash anymore. That's why even like Spectrum, they've got a freaking machine over there that when you go in to pay your bill, they want you to use the machine. They don't want you to talk to a cashier.
Comcast has that too.
Yep. And them old people are mad as
hell. Can I post date this check till next week?
Look, I was talking one and I had to go get some Mickey D's. So I went in Mickey D's, was the closest thing to me, right? I'll use a little kiosk machine, right? Them old people be standing in line. One of them got mad because I got my food first, but he stood in line and I had already ordered. But he didn't understand that.
So you order through the app.
I literally skipped the whole drive-through line. No, I'm saying just using the machine. It's the kiosk. My order.
The kiosk. Oh yeah, the kiosk that they got now.
Yeah. My order is in the machine before the drive-through lines orders in and before the people standing in lines orders in.
Yep. You can move faster than them. You get your food first and be out.
They're looking at you like you came behind me. I'm like, yeah, but I used the kiosk.
You still ordering. I was done. I got my receipt right here, homie.
I skipped the whole
man.
Stamped and dated.
But hey, look, not to beat the dead horse into the ground, but hey, look, here's the funny thing is this news overshadowed some decent news that T-Mobile did end up getting during the course of the week. So let me pull it up. So I know that majority, some people in the community say that speed testing doesn't really matter, but for me it shows progression. And right now, T-Mobile smokes Verizon and AT&T in 5G speed tests. So Ookla collects everybody's pushing the button, right? And everybody's like testing the networks depending on where they are, trying to see who's the best. I do videos on it. So I, try to show people what it looked like driving up and down I-95 going between North Carolina and Maryland. And when I'm in North Carolina, you got people in Cleveland, Ohio. Shout out to Sneed. You got people in Vegas. Some people in Florida. They're all pushing the button. And come to find out, T-Mobile is, top provider currently in 45 states and the District of Columbia.
So they're faster than all the other carriers.
Faster than the other carriers in all these different places in Q4.
Well, hell, no wonder the hackers hack so fast and so many people. They use T-Mobile's network. Shit. Using their speeds. No.
They use. Man, I'm glad this speeds are fast. It's making this hack a whole lot quicker.
Nope.
What's your average speed now on T-Mobile in DC? Average speed.
What I've experienced, my average speed is about 500.
I'm averaging over 700.
Mm.
I was in North
T-Mobile.
Carolina at a red stop on 95, and it was about 500 on standalone.
But what I'm seeing is the only reason why Verizon is still slower in my market is they ain't finished upgrading.
Oh yeah,
They don't have enough towers to keep up with the average is the biggest issue that I've seen so far.
but you
When
know
will
that
Verizon be
Verizon.
done with the upgrading?
Oh,
Where
it's gonna be a little bit longer.
Mm.
where they
like right
it's neck and neck where it's upgraded. It just ain't upgraded everywhere.
right.
And
So
this is like
basically, so let me catch Kenny up. So the best way to describe it to you right now is T-Mobile got ahead of of Verizon, AT&T because of the merger. Okay, so after the
Now, was
merger
this because
happened,
they invested in? I think I heard something about them investing in fiber optics or something like that. Something
no,
that
no, no,
AT&T really didn't do.
no. That's something different. Well, that's another subject also. But
Ah.
T-Mobile, because of the T-Mobile Sprint merger, they took
Mhm.
Sprint assets and was able to deploy it faster than Sprint could ever do. Okay.
Ooh.
And because Sprint was just sitting on some good spectrum, they just couldn't use it. That was always the problem. Like they just had no money to deploy. So after the merger, all of a sudden T-Mobile goes ham. Washington D.C., anywhere they had market share, they just jumped on it, right? So T-Mobile has market share in D.C. They have higher market share in D.C. Maybe some other cities they got higher market share, so they just went ham. Verizon had to wait because they had to wait after T-Mobile and Sprint merged for the auction. Then after the auction, then they had the FCC problem of having to wait. So they had multiple problems of having to wait to get a chance to deploy their own version of their 5G. Okay, they're just now starting to roll it out. I've encountered it in Virginia a couple of times, and it's right there on par with what I'm seeing with T-Mobile's network right now. 700 plus.
So right now the heavyweights are T-Mobile and Verizon, with T-Mobile being the champ.
T-Mobile's the
Well,
champ right now.
right now.
Verizon's getting ready to come up off the tarmac and hit them with an uppercut. That's what they're
nah,
waiting on. They're getting ready to try to hit them with the uppercut.
they got to do better, kid, bro. I live in a county that's 789 square miles, and they have one C-band site.
Ooh.
Mm.
789 miles with one C-band site.
So see, Gene says, "What do I think T-Mobile lying about their network speeds?"
Why
I
can't I
don't
see
say
these
think that they're
comments
lying about
now?
their network speeds.
It's where you are. It's
Yeah,
where you are. But I don't believe I'll go on record. I don't believe there's any county where there's 789 square miles of land with one band 41 site. I don't believe
I
it.
don't think so. No, I don't think so.
I was gonna say Verizon is where Verizon's putting it, it's coming strong. It's just they got so many gaps to fill that at the rate that it's happening, it's not keeping up.
So, anonymous, like I said, the problem was it was advantage T-Mobile with Verizon having to play from behind.
It's
It
not
was
it's
just
like
it was just an advantage problem. Like it was the timing. The
it's
auction for C-band happened. The auction for C-band happened like the end of like the middle of like Q3 after the Sprint T-Mobile merger. And that means that they had already paid for the spectrum, but they couldn't even deploy it.
Hmm.
Think of it like you buy the groceries, but you can't start cooking yet. And then when you finally get a chance to start cooking, somebody comes in and says, "Oh, there's a problem with your cooking. Oh, hey, those frequencies that you want to use might interfere with our plans. So now you got to restrict yourself even more. So you already got restrictions on top of restrictions on top of restrictions. Verizon is literally like, yo, please let me just get started. Can I get started, please? Let me get started running. T-Mobile's like, bye. That's the biggest difference right now.
Yeah, Verizon's technology is great. They just the timeline, man. It's the timeline.
Oh yeah. Hey,
The
look.
timeline.
And I want everybody to hear this from me because I know that everybody says, hey, you twerk it for T-Mobile. Let me tell you something. When Verizon finally gets caught up, it's gonna be ugly because that C-band is way nastier than N41 is. And I'll be the first person to say that. That C-band is way nasty.
But it's not just the C-band spectrum, it's the Verizon putting the backhaul behind it.
That's true.
But what you see is that though T-Mobile started off, they didn't have any competition, they didn't put the backhaul behind it. Or in my market, they're starting to put the backhaul behind it. Because they have no, which is why I'm getting 1.3, 1.4 gigs on it now. It wasn't more bandwidth. They started putting the backhaul. See, when they were ahead, they knew they were ahead. So they didn't have to give full potential on all the sites.
Right. They didn't have to juice it.
Now, wherever Verizon's going, T-Mobile's running behind them, upgrading backhaul.
Yep. Now the thing is I haven't seen much upgrading outside of what we've already seen now. And when they switched over to standalone, the speeds dropped.
I tested that, Keon. I tested that today. I did the standalone versus non-standalone. It only changes the speed at a great distance. At quarter mile and less. I was all day testing T-Mobile today, all day. And I did standalone versus non-standalone. The speed did not change in non-standalone. It was the same. It only changed greater distance.
You talking about like cell edge?
Well, not even saying cell. I'm saying like if we're talking a quarter mile and closer, there is zero difference in the speed throughput.
Mm.
And if you're in a major city, guess what? There's a tower every damn half a mile anyway.
Mm.
It does. I locked the phone on standalone only all day, and I was averaging between 800 to a gig.
You know what? I did the same thing here in DC, but my overall speed dropped by like 300. So if I was averaging 700, 800, it would be like 4 or 5.
Yeah. Now, mind you, we're talking about Sunday. It's Sunday. There ain't going to be a lot of traffic out on
Hey,
Sunday.
there's not going to be a lot of people out on Sunday. No, I did this during the course of a week. So, hey, what's going on, Sneed?
Yeah.
But no, it's just that what I'm seeing like right now, the competition is just now starting to heat up. So like, the best way I can describe it to you, Kenny, is that if you think that your phone is good now, boy, you about to see something different soon, and you need to upgrade your phone.
Yeah.
Period.
Leave me alone. Hey, I'm cool with my
Period.
Pixel 3 until I run it into the ground. Okay.
Oh, man. Okay, I'll go ahead.
Every bit of this little bitch here, huh?
What network you riding on?
He's on Verizon.
Bro, okay. Bro, I'm going to go ahead and let you know.
You leave a lot of speed on the table right now, bro. You leave a lot of network abilities on the table.
I would put like this
upgrade soon because I've had this for a minute.
It's so much better that it ain't in comparison.
You said what's much better?
The newer phones are handling millimeter wave so much better that it's not even close.
So I can stop cussing at my phone at times.
Yes.
Like
yes.
Take an S21 out and an S22 out in the same area. The S21 cannot handle millimeter wave as well as a 22. As far as grabbing it and keeping it, it ain't even close.
Hey, look,
So what
my
should I
fold.
upgrade to?
You know what? Since you are staying with the Pixel family, if that's what you want to end up doing, I would say get the Pixel 7.
Everybody's talking about get an iPhone. I'm just not into iPhone.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
It's
Don't
so
do it.
basic to me.
It is. It is. It is. It is. It is. I have it because of testing, man. I look the radio. I failed the test, man. I barely use my iPhone right now. Oh look, I literally just pull it out. This is just to make sure that both my Fold 4 and the iPhone are acting the same, and then I put the phone right back.
Remember, I
What's the
told
best
you
phone?
the iPhone is how it treats YouTube. And
Yeah.
people have those problems. Well, I did. Regardless, I did. How it treated YouTube was a nightmare on iPhone for me, just for me. And I use it as my only phone for
Oh,
90 days. And
I
YouTube buffering mess on the iPhone.
Only thing I
but
would honestly use the iPhone for is just honestly for the camera, for doing like any type of video, short films, or skits, reels, whatever. Other than that, I don't see the use of for it.
To me, it's a social media device.
Yeah,
If you're being
basically.
social media, go for the iPhone.
But if
but
I
hey,
want,
I'm just saying that for the most part, I I use my iPhone from time to time. I don't use it heavily anymore. Like I was using it for like about a month, where I was like, all right, cool. I'm just gonna make this my secondary daily driver. I gave up after about 3 weeks. I was like, I got too many things I need to do, and I need to multitask. I'm sorry, I need to multitask.
so if I did want to leave Pixel, because I'm not really feeling the Pixel 6, I didn't like how that was made. Not sure if I want to feel the Pixel 7, but if I'm not feeling the Pixel 7, what should I go with?
Okay, so quick question: how close to the bleeding edge of technology do you want to get?
Depends. I'm not for bells and whistles, and I don't.
Okay, so I would say get February 1st. So February 1st, right now, it's around the corner, and Samsung's getting ready to announce their what is it? They're getting ready to announce their the new flagship is going to be the S23. I would say get the S23
Samsung,
Ultra.
I call them Teeth
Yes.
and Toms. I ain't got time for them.
Oh no. Hey, look, it's come a long way, man. Look. I was right there with you. Remember, I had the Pixel. I was with the Pixel family for a good while. The phone's come a long way. If you decide to leave the Pixel side, go Samsung.
All right, Samsung like spying on people with their cameras and their equipment. I'll give them something to spy on if they want to keep
Oh
spying.
no, you know what? Samsung is actually a lot more secure than it was before. So especially when they introduce Samsung Knox to it, it's a lot more secure. You haven't
Dare I
had you haven't
say
had
true?
many issues.
Wait, what?
Steve says get the S7 Pro.
If
You
they
said the
become
S7 Pro?
No, the Pixel 7 Pro.
confused, that's my problem with the whole Samsung thing. You're sacrificing the nerdiness for the security.
Yeah.
They keep locking
So
down feet, man.
yeah, they're slowly but surely moving into the direction of iPhone.
All right, so 7 Pro.
Every generation.
All right. I'm gonna think about getting that 7 Pro.
I mean,
Let me
here's
think
the thing.
about it. Oh shit! I just realized what time. See, you about to have me late for work in the morning, messing around with you.
Hey,
I'll be playing games.
hey, man. I thank you for coming. I thank you for coming on.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Y'all giving me information and teaching me stuff I don't know. So I really do appreciate that. Especially when y'all break down stuff for me to understand.
Oh, most definitely, man. Most definitely.
I'll catch y'all next week, and I'll try to get into leaving some tech information links in there too.
Okay. All right, that's a bet.
All right, y'all be safe.
You have a good one, man.
Bye.
Hey, did Brandon tap out before? I can't believe it.
With his blood boiling about Comcast.
He's hot. He's like, gosh darn it, Comcast. But yeah, no, I just think that the Verizon C band is gonna be hard, man. I don't know what type of tricks. Maybe I know that what was it this week? I know that this week what was it? T-Mobile announced that they were going to multi MIMO
Multi-use.
with MU MIMO, multi-user MIMO. So that is going to give them a double capacity on their network just through a software upgrade. So hold on, let me
I
get
think
the
it's
art
all
for it.
actually.
You say you think it's already active?
Yeah, we'll talk about that offline. I'll show you what I'm seeing that's different.
Uh-huh.
And from what I'm seeing, it only works in standalone as well.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
oh.
I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Hey man, I want to see this.
Yeah, there's some different stuff I'm seeing in the actual the star pound 0011 menu that I didn't see before.
Uh-huh.
It's showing like multiple connections on the same bandwidth.
I was talking to our friend about the same thing. I was like, I was trying to Google, like, you know how you try to understand the terminologies in the service menu. So I tried to Google
Yep.
search some of the terminologies, and it was like one of them popped up was like it was a series of RSRP numbers values
That's
that was
already happening.
showing.
It's already happening. Yep. And
Wow.
it only happens in standalone.
Because I was seeing like I think it was like 4 or 5 different RSRP values, and it was numbered like from 0 to 5, like RX1,
You're
RX
talking
01.
what I'm talking about, sir. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh my goodness!
It only shows up in standalone.
Yeah, it only shows in the standalone.
Yep. I think it's already happening. That's why I said it's already out here.
Hey, but you know what?
Yep.
I just got the software upgrade on my Fold 4 and Fold 3, so that's where I started seeing it.
Yep. It's already happening. It's already a thing. They're already field testing it because I've been seeing it all day today, and I've never seen
Hey.
it in the menu. It's different. Just like literally what you just described is what I'm seeing.
Exactly what he was saying. I'm seeing the
Yep.
same exact thing, and I'm trying to make heads and tails of it. That's why I was like, because when I went back, of course, YouTube is a great educator right now. I went back on YouTube and started trying to relearn what multi-user MIMO was, and with multi-user, basically it synchronizes the transmissions so they all gets received and sent at the same time,
Yep.
which supposed to actually help um fixed wireless more.
Yeah. So
It
so
helps
for
fixed
example,
wireless more.
the multi-user MIMO is already in LTE, but in 5G it's a whole different level.
Is a whole different monster.
Yep. So it's no
Hey,
different. So like you got massive MIMO, so that's like you got 64 antenna units in
right,
the thing. You can divide up and it can beam form,
right,
certain access to certain devices. Where the multi-user MIMO is like able to send you multiple beams of the same bandwidth at the same time.
right.
It
So I
only
mean
falls
that
if there's too many people on the site. Otherwise, it's allowing more throughput with the same amount of bandwidth, basically.
right. And I
Yep.
mean I need to start doing some more testing the same runs I was at before to see if there's any performance differences. But I haven't had a chance to because I've been looking for C-band in DC now. So
Yeah.
I've been driving around with the service menu open. Hold on. Let me give you that's the highlight.
Yeah, I was just giving you a glance of this, but yeah, it's showing like multiple beams going to one
Yeah,
device. But simultaneously, so for example, say it's 4x4, they're able to take 4 antenna units and beam you 4 separate feeds, as well as other people 4 separate feeds off the same 4 antenna units.
oh
So
man.
effectively, if you got a 64 or a 64T antenna, it's literally doubling or quadrupling what those 64 can do.
Right.
It's making the way this tries to break it down. It makes it seem like those 64 can act like 128.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, but like I said, we got to get some deeper knowledge, which is why I'm going to be enrolling in those classes soon.
Hey, look, I expect to. I'm gonna try to get some of that residual education that you're gonna be obtaining.
Getting my certification, getting my wireless network certification, so I really understand this stuff. Can't wait to enroll. All 300 hours of training. I want it all.
You're gonna be able to hold a. You're gonna end up being able to hold a master class online in this live stream. You're gonna be like, so if you want to learn about 5G, pull up.
Like once I actually take all the classes, because $300 is probably going to take me. Like if I was in a class environment, it would probably take me like a month. But but I'm gonna have to do it on the side with my regular time and schedule and whatnot. So it's gonna take me a little while longer. But I'm definitely gonna be rolling in the wireless certification, the engineering stuff.
That's what's up.
Because my company's gonna bring it, and I'm going to take it because they're offering it. So.
Well, hey, look, especially with what we're already seeing right now, I'm curious. I need to try to understand what this terminology is saying right now. That's the big, and it's nothing on the web yet. I mean,
Yeah.
I Google searched what I was looking at just so I could see what it was, and it's not telling you. It's not nobody's saying anything yet.
So what I would tell anybody, if you want to put your own money into it and get the actual training, so you really know what you're talking about, you should be looking at NCTI. Which is they're owned by Jones. Jones is famous for making books for schools. I already had like 600 hours of training through Jones. I'll take another 300. Yes, ma'am.
And how much does that cost?
Hold up, let me log in and I'll tell you what the cost. I think it's like $19.99. So you better be serious if you want to enroll and pay for it. It'll cost you right into these. That's your books and the actual classes and modules. And then if you want to get your certification, you got to go to a testing center and do it. If you don't already have somebody around you who can do it. But I definitely want to be taking this course. And so once I finish what I'm in now, the courses I'm doing now, I'll bring it up to my boss and he can tell me yay or nay. I'm pretty sure he don't really care because I know people who are taking classes that ain't got nothing to do with their job. They typically I know people who have like 1,000 hours of classes in every department. And
wow.
They don't departments.
they don't even. They're not even with their hands in the pot. And they got a class in it.
The company gave Jones like an open wallet of, hey, if they enroll, let them take it. Basically, is what's going on. So a lot of people, I ain't gonna say a lot, a few people who really are interested in getting all the education they can, they're taking every course available because it's there.
Right.
So if they put it in my pot, I get to take it, and it's in my pot. So, but I'm not going to enroll in it and piss off the wrong person. Hey, why'd you take that course? Well, it was in there. No, I'm gonna get permission first.
But wait, look, I'm looking forward
personally in our email for us to look at it. So
I'm looking forward to our conversations about the 5G technology, so I can learn through you if possible.
But what's crazy is, man, like half of them courses are LTE and HSPA, man.
Oh God. Oh,
I guess it's like reference for you to move to the next level. It's reference, you're gonna go back and learn the old stuff, and which is also good.
That's always good. Exactly. But still, we already on 5G there. We looking forward to 6G.
Yeah, but I guess if you're actually working in the field and you got existing
infrastructure, you have to know. I get it. You have to know about it.
Exactly. So when you run across that open, you know what you're looking at.
So, hey, radio, this segment of our live stream is what I call let's see, can we make the Apple crew mad? So
y'all
I have to poke the bear. I'm sorry.
$1,666 if anyone in the public wants to take the course.
Is how much?
$1,666. It's 350 course hours of training. Anybody can sign up and pay for it and take it if you just want it.
Yeah, 1,600 though. Man,
You serious about what you want to? You serious about your education? You might want to do it.
that's true. That's true.
I think the other day I was listing out the courses to y'all, and it never ended.
You did. It didn't. Oh, yo, you were still paging down. I think like you gave up, or you like, I'll talk to you about this later. You didn't even get good. I think like halfway through the first part of the page, you had just finally got the 5G and talking about 5G infrastructure and standalone. I'm like, you
It
just now
takes
getting to that?
2G. Okay.
Yeah, good goo.
You're gonna spend 12 seat hours just on 2G to 5G, and that's the beginner 2G to 5G. You're gonna spend
Man.
4 hours on 5G interface, 5G air interface. Another 3 hours on 5G and 4G interworking, 5G and satellite communications, 5G and transport, application programming. Oh, look, I'm reading this damn long ass list again.
Yes, you are.
Go through UMTS, VILTE, voice over new NR, voice over LTE, our rich communication services, RCS.
RCS.
Yep, that's one of the courses.
Man, wouldn't it be
So,
nice if Apple would support RCS? It'd just be so nice.
so RCS alone is a $256 course at 6 seat hours, and they are college credited courses, by the way.
Oh wow.
So if anybody wants to get their broadband engineering degree, these all fall into that.
$1,600.
You can get your 5G massive MIMO and beamforming, cost you $244.
Hey.
Yeah, if you buy individuals, they're all different individual prices. But yeah, go and get certification. It's accepted at colleges and everything. So
Hey. You know what? Once I find some time, I'll do it. It's gonna be kind of hard to do that sitting behind the Uber wheel, telling people, "Excuse me, hold on. Hey, hold that book for me 1 second, so I can finish this course."
but like I said, 350 hours sounds like a lot, but I would just tell you a new hire at my company does over 300 hours in less than 2 months.
I mean, if you're doing other things on the side too, so 300 hours, if you were able to devote nothing but time to it, then
Yeah, but
yeah.
right. So even then though, right? You might be in the class, just to give you an insight, you might be in the class for 8 hours a day. You're gonna spend like almost half of that time just talking about stuff, and then you'll only spend half of that time actually doing the courses.
Mm.
So a month and a half, 2 months, if you're dedicated, if you come home from work every day and you spend 3 hours at it, you'll knock it out quicker than you think.
Okay.
Because remember, it's called seat hours, but it don't actually take 350 hours. if
Nah,
you might knock out a 6-hour course in 2 hours.
hey, I know that for some people, man, especially people who have decided to go back to school and let's say working at the same time,
It's
that
hard.
it's hard. It is hard.
But that's essentially what we have to do. Like for me to get raises, I have to take these courses in my personal time outside of my crazy work schedule.
Right.
Well, this week I might work 41 hours. Next week I work 68.
Shoot. I've been on these Google Meets with you, man. When you end up into these crazy hours, man, I'd be like, I feel bad.
Yeah, driving home at 3 in the morning ain't fun.
That's not fun. But hey, look, on this segment of make people angry on Apple side.
Yeah, we're gonna put some warm apples, baby.
Here you go. So hold on. I waited too long. Give me a second.
Come on, man.
So Apple had their semi didn't have an event, but it was an event, and they introduced new Apple products. So we got new M2 Pro and M2 Pro Max chips to finally arrive for the MacBook Pro and the Mac Mini. So once again, releasing a laptop without a touchscreen.
What?
I hear. Look, I can already hear it now.
They
A
don't
couple of
need.
people
Oh,
keep saying that I don't need a touchscreen on my Mac,
you heard it,
and
but when it drops, it's gonna fly off the
it's
shelves.
gonna
Yeah,
fly. It's gonna be the second coming of Jesus as soon as it happens.
coming in. You got
You're
it
gonna
right.
you're gonna you're gonna literally sit there and be thinking like God has come back to earth, and everybody needs to be praying. That's exactly what's gonna happen.
Oh,
But now
Jesus.
they got the M2 Pros and the M2 Pro Max have been unveiled along with the Mac Mini. What was it? The new HomePods. The new HomePod got it reintroduced to the world. So they took it from you, and then they brought it back.
They put an M1 in that too.
Oh, no, I think like it's their version of that chip they put in their headphones. I think they put something like that in. I forget what the name of the chip is.
Whatever it may be this week.
Yeah, there's a new upgraded chip, but this is such an Apple-y way of doing this, right? So they reintroduced the Home Pod. So they took it from you, then they brought it back. And then after they bring it back, they tell you that, hey, if you want to put these in stereo in your home, you want to buy two of these bad boys, which are at $300 each. Okay? They're at $300 each. So if you wanted to do this and you already was an early adopter, you can't use your old home pod to do it. You gotta
Yep.
go for the new.
See, this is why I'm all for like open source that lets you daisy chain.
Yes.
I want to be able to. I want to be able to pair it with every Bluetooth speaker I have, no matter what the brand is, and it just work. And I can just cover the whole house and whatever, and it just work.
Mm. So here you go. So the new entry level of the M2 Pro is offering 10 to 12 cores, CPU cores, 20% over the M1 chip. The GPUs is upgraded. So they're all basically it's just Apple being Apple, which from my point of view, this hey, this is this is the exact reason why they went with their own silicon. This right here is so they can always upgrade and refresh their products a whole lot faster. And the old Intel chips, you can't keep offering something new with the old chip. That's what this is the reason why they did it the way they did it.
So you're saying so? Let's reiterate just to make sure we're on the right page. The
Uh-huh.
new pod can't be synced with the old home pod.
The new pod cannot sync with the old.
So remember, Apple's whole motto, people that they talk, they always say, "Oh, it just works." No, it don't. It don't. It don't just work.
Oh, look,
Just
the
work.
thing is,
Everybody with home pod will be able to be paired, and it just work.
that's true.
Let them become
But
slaves to the new one, and they all become surround sound in the freaking house.
that's true. And then on top of that, they actually removed some speakers out of the new one. 'Cause I think like the new one has 7 speakers with like 3 subwoofers inside of it, I think. And now it's down to like 5 speakers total. So it was 7 speakers in all in the first HomePod. They went down to 5. So they're removing speakers and removing microphones. Now, do they think they could be a little bit more efficient with less mics? Sure. But I'm just saying, man, you're getting you're paying more, getting less. That's how I look at it. What you think, No Radio? Oh, he went mute. But I just think that,
Same old
Apple,
shit.
God. I had always thought about this. Apple every year before they move to their M series chips, they have their laptop line was always lagging behind because Intel was not upgrading. Like it will be like some report saying that there's delays for whatever Sandy Lake chips and Artura Lake chips and this chip for Intel is delayed and if there was a delay On Intel, you knew that Apple was going to be delayed. This is moving to the the ARM M1, M2, and then to perpetuity 3, 4, 5, and 6 is so they can refresh their line of laptops every year. That's it. There's going to be a refresh on the Mac Mini, refresh on the 16-inch MacBook Pro, and the 14-inch MacBook Pro, and all these rest of these different upgrades is going to be coming. So if you like upgrading and then you'll love this one, No Radio. You're gonna love this one. Trade-ins are less than what they were this go round than they have been in a long time.
Yep.
So if you bought that cheese grater at $52,000, do you know what your trade-in is for it? If you wanted to move to another,
It's a damn paperweight.
$900.
Yep.
You spent 52 grand just so Apple goes, that's nice. You want to do what? Upgrade.
I
Where
hope
they
your
do that
next
at?
story is the Qualcomm news.
It is. So it is. So let me close that out. Get rid of that. Qualcomm, here we come. Come here. And voila. So Qualcomm is done sitting on the sidelines. They ready to come out punching. So No Radio. So you got a chance to read this article and take a look gander at it. Qualcomm Snapdragon 8CX Gen 4 is a next M series rival. Rumored specs: 12-core CPU, 64 gigs of DDR5X RAM, Wi-Fi 7, and more. How do you feel, sir?
I think it's about damn time, Qualcomm. Jesus Christ. They've
Oh,
been playing this same 2 performance core, 1 performance core crap forever.
well,
I think
we
they
have
feel the
talked
heat from
about it.
M1, bro. I think they feel the heat from M1. That's what I
They
think
finally.
it is.
So you said they finally feel the heat from M1.
Yep, they like Verizon feeling the heat from T-Mobile. That's what they doing. They just now feeling the heat, and now they want to show their tail.
Uh-oh.
Now they want to act like, oh, well, we can make crazy processors too with no crap you could have.
Oh,
Like,
man.
that's me editing myself, man.
I don't expect you to censor yourself like that.
So we're just now getting 4 performance cores?
We just now.
Why?
Because they didn't see a need to do it until now.
We're just now getting 3.4 gigahertz?
Mm. Are we just now getting 64 gigs of DDR5 support?
Yeah, I mean, that's dope. I'm just saying is that, like, they're not.
Look. Here you go. DDR5 support at 64 gigs with the option to run the memory at a lower frequency of 4.2 gigahertz. With all the extra bells and whistles that go along with it, a Wi-Fi 7 and the X65 5G modem to go along with it.
So all I'm saying is, we know the last chip they put out was right on the heels of the A14.
Yeah,
like it was beating it in
it
multi-core,
was
not in
nipping.
single.
It was nipping at the heels of.
And now they want to really compete with Apple. Now,
Well,
just saying, we knew it was coming. We knew it was coming. It's I'll admit it's sooner than I thought, but it's about time.
did you suspect that Qualcomm was going to wait another cycle? Because I mean, understand, Apple's already on the M2.
They've been spending so much time BSing this long. It's like at this point, it's like I think they want to die. Like,
Oh Lord!
and now they're showing some scrappiness. Now they're trying to be revolutionary. and bring something that can truly actually compete in the laptop sphere.
Right.
Like, it's about time. That's all I'm saying. It's about time.
Hey, look, I've been asking for Qualcomm to finally step it up. If this is
Same here, bro.
if they truly are going to be stepping it up now, they're going to have to hit the ground running. Because I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I think that the M series is just it's a leg up. They got ahead of the
Oh,
Apple got
absolutely.
ahead. They got ahead of the industry and was like, "Yo, look, we're ahead of you now." But Qualcomm could have already kept up with them, if not
Exactly.
surpassed them.
They keep playing. See, Qualcomm has kept playing this game where they went to 2 gigahertz, then they went to 2.1, then they go to 2.3, then they go to 2.4,
Yeah,
then they go to 2.8, then they go to 3 gigahertz, then they go 3.1. It's like, all right, yo, like y'all over here still at 2.8 and Apple over here at 2.4. Now that's just clock speed.
yeah.
That's just the clock speed side. The one thing I didn't see in this article, maybe I didn't read it. Where are they talking about the cache?
You know, I thought I saw that. Hold on, let me see.
Maybe I
Scanning.
missed it. Just want to make sure in case I missed it. Because
Right here,
cache is another area where they got to stop being cheap.
right there.
12 megs of cache. Yeah, see right there. They still BSing, sir.
I believe it.
Right
It's
there.
small. It's just enough so they can get it up to the door of right. That's all. That's
Yeah, but
what bothers me about Qualcomm from time to time.
But you got to realize they not just in smartphones anymore. They're trying to enter
I
the
know,
PC realm. They can't play these games. And
man.
I don't think they realize it. Like, they
I
don't
just.
realize. Like, I'm gonna tell you something, Keon. Right? What was the first chip they put in the laptop?
What was the first chip?
Yeah.
It was the 8 Gen XOC 1, Gen 1, like the
And
first
we
gen.
we ain't even gonna count. We ain't even gonna count the Windows RT stuff. So it was a Gen 1, right?
Right.
Okay, cool. If they would have capitalized in that era, they wouldn't have such a bad taste in people's mouths about them right now.
True.
If they would
That's
have went
true.
all out with their first true entry into the laptop realm, they wouldn't be a laughing stock in the Windows laptop world right now. They literally destroyed people's faith in them before they could actually put a product out that was decent enough.
But it comes from the fact that everybody, like companies, keep doing this, right? So I look at like how in capitalism is how you look at it, right?
But
Companies, they on the chop on their table, they have the better products
yeah,
looking them right in the face, but they will put out a product that is inferior to
but
like,
they're
oh
but when they do that, they're playing the short game.
yeah.
The long game is where you win.
Hey, look, right now, and I hate to say these words, but Apple's winning right now, at
Oh yeah, they're
least in
winning.
the hearts and minds
I
of
don't even
people.
hate to say it. They're winning. They
I hate to say it,
when they dropped their chip in the laptop, they came out and showed out on day one, and they set a precedence for what they're gonna do
right?
forward. Qualcomm is tiptoeing in and letting people pick on them for the freaking last 3-4 years.
Yeah,
So it's like you're either all in or you're out. This half stepping is putting a bad taste in people's mouth, which is why ARM on Windows is a laughing stock.
yeah. And
They're
the thing
literally
is
shooting
that,
themselves in the foot before they can even get out the door.
but they're gonna have to do something now, man. Because here's the thing: when what's gonna happen when Intel and AMD
Yeah,
decides to want to jump into the market?
exactly. But
You are
guess
here
what?
still playing around.
But that's a double-edged sword, right? Guess what? AMD and Intel ain't gonna take it serious until Qualcomm does. You see? If Qualcomm, think about it like this right now. Say this next chip comes out and that thing is outperforming the highest spec mobile i5 and the highest spec mobile Ryzen 5.
Yeah,
You don't think that they gonna damn wake up?
that's true.
But
But
as long as Qualcomm BSs, Intel and AMD get to keep BSing.
man, because I saw the AMD keynote speech, and AMD is starting to feel itself right now.
And you know who the hidden figure is that could really destroy them all?
Who?
Nvidia.
You know what? That is true.
Nvidia
No,
already proved they can make better ARM chips than Qualcomm, and then they sat
did
back and chilled out. They
didn't
sat
their
back and they
didn't their acquisition of fall through?
Yeah, it did. But what I was saying is when they made the chip that went into the Shield and whatever,
Yeah.
they literally just washed Qualcomm's tail on the first
Yes, they
tryout.
did. Yes, they did.
Nvidia is the hidden beast that everybody better watch out for.
Yo, the Nvidia Shield still being supported today.
All I'm saying is
That
if
thing came
Nvidia
out like
decides
that
that
thing
they
came out
want
like
to
5 years
market,
ago.
if Nvidia decides they want to market, they could come in and destroy.
That's true.
Just think about it. You got the look at the Nintendo Switch. Yeah, it's not the highest performing gamable console on the planet, right? But
Yeah,
the chips that are running that is Nvidia. That could have been Qualcomm if they took it serious.
that's true.
It's missed opportunity after missed opportunity after missed opportunity.
Because they're not going for it. They're just going for like, hey, we just want market share. We're not going for market dominance.
And they need to go full bore. Take whatever losses come with going full bore, and the reputation you build after outperforming everybody will in the long run give you the longevity. So think about it. When Intel took over AMD, Intel had to go all out
Right.
back in the day. Because AMD came in with no x64, multi-core chips, and just like destroyed everything.
Right.
And then Intel was like, all right, we're dying. We got to do something. And they just came back. They came back shooting headshots.
But then the thing is
they
Intel
carried them
became
for how many
stagnant.
years? How many
they had
years?
it for like 15 years.
See, the thing is, Qualcomm is trying to be stagnant before the win. At least Intel won first and then went stagnant.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying? Win first, and then you can do this couple gigahertz every time or whatever. But don't run from the backside of the field. Like just.
But here's the thing. I feel like the way that Qualcomm is doing it right now, right? It's we'll match the performance of your previous year setup just enough so we can say we're right there just about, right? But never getting ahead, never going ahead and say, hey, look, we're going to take on the M series and give it all the beans.
They have to do it because
they're going to have to do it.
It puts them in the forefront for one, and for two, it makes everybody have to be better. Just period. If Qualcomm came out with a chip that could perform, even if it was on par, let's say it's on par with a mid-range i5, and it gets double the battery life, Intel now has to go and do some serious work.
Yeah. Oh, look, that will
they don't even have to stump them. Let's say they don't even have to stump an i5. All they got to do is match it and get better battery life, and it's over. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Match performance.
I mean, here's the thing, and then on top of that, you add in the fact that you get 5G right along with it.
Exactly.
Like your laptops automatically get 5G as soon as you go to Snapdragon. Where Intel, you literally gotta have to USB tether your phone.
I mean, you ain't getting no PCMIA cards anymore. Whatever the things would call it.
No more expansion cards for you.
That's why I say Qualcomm is going to play this game so long that it runs them out of business.
But let me ask this question: the way that Snapdragon and the way that Snapdragon is going at this, right? It's almost like they have the ability, but because they don't want to show their hand to anybody yet, they're tiptoeing.
Man, they ain't got a whole bro. They lost a pinky like 10 years ago. They lost the index finger like 9 years ago. The thumb gave up back in 2015 or 2016. Like they ain't got nothing else but nubs.
Look, but apparently they shaking them nubs. They're shaking them nubs around.
And they
because here's the thing, they're losing market share out, bro. You know how. And shout out to Sneed on this one because I laugh every time he says this. But your friend, friends don't let friends MediaTek. Well, guess what MediaTek's doing?
Me and Tech out there
like
doing work.
me and Tech out there twerking it, boy. Me and Tech is out there getting it. They like, yo, what you? As I said, and they're taking market share outside the U.S.
Which
They're
is
gaining market share outside the U.S. and they're aiming to try to get into the U.S.
Yeah.
They don't have nothing to lose. They're like, yo, we don't have we going for all of it. Let's go.
Yep. That's why I say
So
Qualcomm they got to stop playing this game, bro, and they need to go ahead and just bring the real. It's on to bring the real, and
hey, look, from time to
take
time
your
you gotta let.
award and then ride that award for a few years. Stop
Hey,
trying to
look,
ride now for a reward that you'd never plan on getting. You just like,
what's
you know,
up?
if there's a NASCAR race and you're always fourth place because you don't even try for first. That's ridiculous.
From time to time you have to let people know who you are.
Exactly.
You're gonna.
And the longer you take to do it, the less trust people have in you.
I mean, that's just kind of where I'm at with it. Is like the potential of it is still good, but it's like the industry is like just puttering. It's puttering, and it drives me nuts when you know it can do more.
Yep.
That just drives me up the wall, man. Drives me up the wall. Hey, look, my
No,
last.
I'm on live. What light? No, that's a regular light. Sorry, it's Keon. I'm on my wife walked in.
No, you good. So another story that we have because Apple users. I'm sorry that I love to poke fun at you, but with where's my article at? Here we go. There it is. So where Apple is not doing a touch screen now, hey, no radio. Now at where Apple's not doing a touch screen, apparently at CES, Lenovo has gone ham and added two screens.
Oh yeah, I saw that, Keon.
We are at two screens now.
So as soon as
Look at
Apple starts teasing it, Lenovo is like 2 screens. Let's go.
two screens. Let's go. Well, we ain't playing no more. Hey, by the time you get it, look, by the time Apple get into the touchscreen game, we gonna have 4 screens in a laptop. The sucker's gonna unfold like an origami.
So my question is, do you think that was just Lenovo twerking, or you think they really feel legitimate about this 2-screen laptop?
I think they're twerking. This is twerking.
It's just twerking.
This is twerking. This is twerking. It's like
Yeah.
they heard something like on the rumor mill that Apple might come out with a touch screen. They were like, one touch screen, hold my beer.
Then it's gonna be 3 touch screens. There's gonna be touchscreen, touchpad. No, actually, the new touchscreen already has that. When I saw some of the videos.
So on this one, what you can do is the keyboard here can sit inside the screen here, and you can basically have a touch screen, semi-touch screen with the keyboard as a laptop holder. It doesn't even have to sit like this. It's like weird origami. It's like a weird origami holder, like right here. It's like a weird origami holder.
I watched the whole video
keyboard.
on it. I saw it.
I'm like, we're just getting to the place.
I just thought
where
it was
kind
of a joke. I thought it was kind of a joke, honestly. I mean, it looks cool, but I'm like, what about the battery life for one?
Yes.
And then for two, it's like, I don't want to use an on-screen touch keyboard, but I think there's like a keyboard you can sit on top of the touch screen, and then the bottom of it becomes a mouse pad.
Yep.
Okay, they're doing too much.
But here's the thing: like for me, it shows the innovation that other manufacturers are willing to go through, right?
Yeah.
Where Apple hasn't even got to a touch screen yet. We're at 2. But you haven't even tried to do one.
It's still like, I get it. Like for somebody out there may be a workflow that needs 2 screens like that, and I get it. That's cool, but it's a gimmick, bro.
What are y'all talking about?
The Lenovo having 2 touch screens.
Oh wow.
Lenovo, look, Lenovo's already on 2, and Apple hasn't even got started on 1.
Wait, how that
So
is that like?
you see it?
What the hell is that?
You didn't see this, Brendan, with the CES stuff?
I honestly didn't even pay attention to CES. I was sick.
Oh,
But
bro, for
wow,
me, CES is like Christmas when it comes to tech, man.
that looks very uncomfortable.
What this? It's meant to be
Yes.
on the desktop.
Huh?
It's meant to sit on the desk.
Well, I'll go ahead
It
and tell
still
you, like,
looks very uncomfortable. Like you would literally have to be standing up.
no, you wouldn't, Brandon. I know people that work in the office that they have 3 or 4 screens, and one of them is the laptop below. So the people are already kind of doing this. It's already a thing. You might have
No,
one
but like
interface
no,
for,
but like
for
if it's a touch screen or radio,
yeah, but remember, you still got a regular keyboard.
yeah. But
But it's just that what I'm saying is the thing is people's workflow is different now. Like
Yeah.
they're using their television, they're connecting their laptops to their TVs and having an extended stream that way.
well, yeah, I'd rather do that. But what the hell is this though?
You know, they look, you know, what was it? Samsung Dex. If you have Dex on your phone right now, and I think they upgraded it. If you have it wired to your television, you can do a screen extension. So you can actually watch movies and stuff in Dex while doing the desktop stuff on your tablet.
Mm-hmm.
Still within the world of Dex. So it's just making it where it's a lot more versatile. That's all. What's up, EM? Android. So I'm just saying, Brandon, you know, it's only a matter of time. Either the MacBook Pros are gonna have to go or the iPads are gonna have to go. One of the two's gotta go.
Like I said, both have their unique situations,
Mm.
but the iPod Touch and the phone is lit. I could see why they would get rid of the iPod Touch. The iPod Touch is basically no cellular
Man,
modem in there, and that's
the
it. And
iPod
small.
Touch was the only thing that was different between the iPod Touch and the phone was no modem.
Exactly. And it was small.
They
It
sold
never
that
went
for a
above four
while.
inches.
They sold that for a while and stopped.
Exactly.
Right.
Well,
So
no, it
which
actually
one?
lasted it lasted a long time because the first one was out in 2008, and then they discontinued them. What last year? So what? 14 years?
But my question to you is which one is going to end up biting the dust? So one of them is going to end up getting cannibalized. Period. You can't have where everybody is constantly wanting a touchscreen laptop because
I
even
mean, one thing. I
regardless of
mean,
what
one thing.
everybody I hear from, regardless of what
I
I hear from Apple users, you want a touchscreen. You want one.
the honestly, like I've said, this
If you
past
didn't, you
week.
wouldn't buy iPads.
There you go, and with a keyboard with it.
But honestly, I wouldn't. I mean, if I were to buy an iPad, I would not buy a keyboard or a pencil.
Man,
The
but that's
only,
not that's you. But we're talking about there's other people that do it. There are like there's a
not
legitimate
everybody
market.
buys. I mean, for example, most people that buy the Android tablets, they don't. Not all of them buy keyboards.
Not all of them, but guess what? They'll go out and go get a Bluetooth
I
keyboard
mean,
and lug it around with them.
especially the ones that are less than $100.
But here's the thing: the beauty of it is you really don't have to buy a Samsung keyboard to go along with it. You just do that for, like, let's say that you want them to click together, but you could put any Bluetooth keyboard with with the Android tablet.
And another thing is that the starting iPad is around 330. if you actually put a keyboard on top of it, that's somewhat they're decent. I mean, they're
Yeah,
cheapest.
that is a MacBook Air.
Exactly. But no,
Okay,
it's still cheaper
so
than the MacBook
if you
Air.
got an iPad with a keyboard and a MacBook Air, you basically are wasting your money
I hate the MacBook Air.
And
because
let's not
what can
act
you do?
like the iPad sales aren't down.
That's true.
They're not down.
Yes.
And
Oh,
another,
you want to bet?
huh?
iPad sales are lower than they've ever been, sir.
Oh, I think you said
Ooh.
something else. I mean,
They're down.
I
People
mean,
ain't buying iPads like
I
they
will
used to.
say this: they're not making as much as they used to.
Yeah, but here's the thing: it's because your clientele base is split.
They lost
You're
over
telling.
$10 billion in sales in 2022. $10 billion
Ooh,
on iPads alone.
well, that's
They
not good.
What's that tell you? That tells you that the iPad is not fulfilling what people want because they ain't jumping to go get one.
The
That's
thing
true.
about the iPad no radio is that it's too damn expensive.
Well, I'll give you this, right? Okay, so let's say this. What percentage of them are actually buying the Pro?
High end users,
I say what percentage?
maybe
You know what
less
they're
than
probably doing?
15.
They're looking at what that iPad costs and they're looking at that MacBook Air and going, wait a minute. That's all I'm saying. It's like, oh,
it makes it hard. I'm telling you, like, look, if you want to, there's a difference between stagnation and innovation, right? Right now,
Right.
Apple has stagnated their market to the place where now they're starting to lose sales on something that they were trying to push in the first place, which was the iPad. They weren't
Hmm.
really trying to push any new laptops except for like people who want the Pro line of everything.
and
But
they were
here's the thing,
marketing the iPads as a laptop replacement.
there you go. But they never committed to it. You have to commit. Either you turn your laptops into a touchscreen or you turn your iPads into a laptop. Which one is it
Yep.
going to be?
I mean,
Like they
the
literally
thing
gave
that
them an
the thing
M1
that will
branded and then
literally
said,
rate
hey,
the
here's an M1, but you can't run the software to actually use it. That's what they
See?
literally did.
one
They
thing
stuck an
that would
M1
rate
in the iPads.
one thing that would rate the iPad to death if Apple made it ever made the Mac Pro into a Yoga.
Oh, look, people are literally chomping at the bit waiting for it.
I, I, I,
Like I told you, I tell anybody, my brother and sister are not computer savvy people. They know how to use a computer, but they don't know what the tech is inside of it. But their
Most people
main
don't, and they don't
but
care.
their main request, I lie to you not, their main request was, and I quote, it has to have a touchscreen. Laptop must have touchscreen.
and I'll reiterate, I had a friend of mine, they're not computer savvy. They bought their kid a freaking laptop for Christmas, and the first complaint was it don't have a touchscreen.
But they never
So
use it.
yes, they do.
Then
Yes, they do.
I got a touchscreen on my lap on my yoga, and I use that puppy, bro.
I have a touchscreen on my yoga. I do the same thing. I literally
I use it.
I'm
It's
using
easier to web browse with touchscreen. It's easier to web browse with it.
I'm using the yoga right now to do this
To
podcast.
me, to be honest, like I mean, obviously, I have a touchscreen laptop. But there's another one I have in the house too, and I hate touching it unless I'm touching pictures or maps.
You
But you
probably
gotta
use
realize,
the
Brandon, there's a
pinch to
whole
zoom.
generation of people that they've done everything in touch, and then you hand them this device and they don't have touch.
Well, I mean, I understand that because I mean, I
Just
understand that.
scrolling social media is a lot better on touch than it is on a keyboard.
That's true.
I mean, I like using a mouse, but
I'm just saying, if think about the number one apps people are using right now. What's the number
Tick,
one app people are using?
TikTok.
TikTok.
Facebook.
And they want to flick the video.
Oh, whatever, Brandon. No, you're old. You old man. Nobody you on Facebook like that.
No shit.
Ain't nobody scrolling on Facebook using their
All I'm saying is
thumbs.
touch screens have been out so long to the point that they're a requirement. They're not an option anymore.
You don't have it on your device. You look like an old geezer.
If I'm on
And that's
Chrome and I'm on a website and I want to zoom in on something, it's a lot easier to just pinch the screen and zoom it than to get my thing, go to the top corner on Chrome and hit and up the X on the screen.
there you go.
That's all I'm
Pin,
saying. It's
pinch to
small, but it's
zoom,
big in the large scale.
pinch to zoom versus menu button drop down, multiply X times 75%, 80%, 95%, 20,
Yep.
100%. It's a big difference.
Think about people with bad eyes. They got to have everything on the screen in large, but then then the page don't show up right, so they got to unzoom it to see certain shit. I had to do that today with a guy on an iPhone, by the way. This old man had his iPhone so zoomed in that when he was trying to use his navigation, it wouldn't show the whole screen. So he's trying to like put in the damn address, and then he can't even see the whole bar because it's zoomed in so damn far.
Ooh.
I'm like, bro, I know you got bad eyes, but the reason you can't figure out what you're doing, he literally stopped and asked me how to get somewhere. I said, hey, you got a smartphone? He pulls an iPhone out, and the thing zoomed in so far that the Apple Maps thing, you can't even see the whole menu.
No, radio. My uncle's phone was like that, and I was like, "Oh hell
My
no!"
point exactly.
Got to
Where
give
I
him
was
an
like,
iPad.
"Why?" And then he had the iPhone SE.
Oh God.
this guy
Give
had
him an
like an
iPad,
iPhone 8,
sir.
iPhone 7, whatever it was. But it,
No radio, no radio. At that point, you need to give him the cellular iPad and just be like, look, here you go.
there you
Use
go
this
with your
as a
bad eyes.
phone. Use this for
Like
your
I said,
phone.
it's coming to that point, bro. Everything is going touch. Look at your car, even in the car world. They're
Yep.
putting 8 and 10 inch screens, and you want to be able to see all the information, zoom in and out easily. You don't want a trackpad because look, I'll give you an example. Like hell, even some of the cars that are out, you got to use this little thumb wheel down here where your shifter is to navigate the screen. It'd have been easier to touch the damn screen.
That's true. That is true. It's to the point now. It's almost ridiculous.
Imagine Tesla gave you that big old screen in the middle, but then you got to use a little pad to navigate it.
Oh, you break it.
That's all I'm saying is like, imagine that though. That's what Apple laptops are at this moment. They got that big old screen, and you still got to use this little pad down here to navigate it. And we know most
I
old people
hate
can't even
those
use a touchpad.
pads.
Most old people
I
can't even
hate
use a
those.
touchpad. They plug a mouse in because they can't use the pad.
No, radio. I'm literally that person that uses a freaking mouse.
You see what I'm talking about?
So Derek, you're
I
either
hate
mouse or
the middle
touchscreen.
thing. I hate it.
So you're basically like a mouse touchscreen guy, which a lot of people find themselves to be in the middle of also.
Yep.
Man, I've always hated the middle thing on the computer. Always.
But just remember, this is an ongoing trend with Apple users. They always say they don't need something till they get it, and then they say it's the best thing ever. It's innovation. It's the same thing.
I want royalties when this happens, man. I want my money. Because when it
Apple
happens,
always says, I don't need that feature. I don't need that. And then when they get it, it's the best thing ever.
look. When it happens, the first thing they're gonna say is, "This is innovative. This is revolutionary." What?
No, radio, but guess what?
that.
It will get old right away.
No, it won't.
Yes, it will.
It's gonna be like standard. It's like how cars would have a tape deck, but then they eventually all end up going to CD, and then now they go on to the place where you don't even have any inputs at all. You can't.
I honestly think the thing that should be more touch than the MacBook Pro or whatever should actually be the main big screens,
Which one?
the desktops.
You talking about the iMac?
Yeah.
That's another one that I don't understand. I don't know why it's not touchscreen either.
If a person is drawing or making art or some bullshit, that would be nice. They would still hate the MacBook.
Oh, I
It
know
would be.
people who do. I know people who do like art and digital art, and they have to have a separate thing attached to the laptop so they can draw on it.
Oh no! Yeah, it's a magic pad.
They gotta. I'm just saying in general, even in the Windows world before touchscreen, they had to have a
Yeah.
separate thing. I know a girl that she did like art, digital art, and she had to have an attachment to the laptop just to do that. And I remember like laughing. I was like, "Oh man, she takes this serious."
That's true.
One of my friend's girlfriends, she was really big into drawing and stuff. And back in the day, before touchscreen Windows PCs was a big deal, you had to buy a separate pad that you could draw on, plug into the USB port.
Hey, what's going on, Red? Uh, I haven't seen anything about iOS 16.3. I gotta look. I'm gonna have to look some information up on it. But I hope it's interesting. He says there's gonna be a few interesting little tidbits.
From what I've heard, it's going to be out sometime this week, and more than likely Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah, but what is it bringing with it?
From what I've heard, that it's supposed to bring a few little things, a few little features to the HomePod Mini, and it's supposed to add a lot of the. It's mainly supposed to add a lot of home stuff onto iOS 16.3.
So basically, it sounds like they're finally upgrading their home stuff and upgrading everything to matter so it can start working interoperability.
Right.
But what about the phone though? Because iOS 16.3 on the phone, what does it bring into the phone?
It's probably gonna be the same thing because I don't really see them doing anything out from what I've researched. I don't think they're really gonna do much. Maybe on 0.4, but I doubt it.
He said, Red says, fix the lines on the screen. There was an issue on the 14 Pro. See, I got the 14 Pro Max. I didn't notice anything, so it must be only on the 14 Pro.
There must only be certain ones.
Yeah, I haven't noticed anything on my iPhone. But remember, it's not my daily driver either, so I wouldn't know what I'm looking at half the time. But
yeah, I just see a MacBook. If they're gonna do it right, I see a MacBook dropping and an optional $100 pen. But if they don't do nothing else right, they need to go ahead and put a pen slot, not this magnetic crap pin attached to the side.
oh god.
They need to go ahead and have a slot that
yeah.
charges it because like even on the S22 Ultra, the pen actually has its own battery
inside the battery.
Yeah, and it charges when it's inside the phone.
I really wish Apple would actually include the pencil and their own.
Oh, we know they ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, but I know.
Sir,
it
hold
would
on,
actually grow.
Are we talking about the same company? Because I know you didn't say those words.
I'm talking about Alibaba.
No, because you look. Apparently, you must have forgot which company you were talking about when you got to
Yeah,
spend
they ain't gonna do
$1,000
that.
for when you got to spend $1,000 on wheels for your $5,200
I know, but
Apple Tower.
I hate that Apple literally does the IKEA model
Yeah,
on the iPad.
they need to go ahead and bring out, if anything, bring out a MacBook Pro. What would they need to price it at with the pen included? What would they need to price it at?
They would probably price it at $1,800.
And that'll still be better. And that'll be better.
I
than
mean, maybe
iPad
2,000.
If they put the pen in it, 1,800. I think it'll fly off the damn shelves.
I mean, the Mac kit right now is what, like 1,200?
Well, the Mac, the
desktop,
the desktop Mac, iMac.
Yeah,
I don't know because remember it's in limbo right now because they haven't released the M1 chip for it yet.
Yeah, but I mean, who cares? I mean, what? I mean, these things last a long time, and not only that, but most people probably never. I mean, the average consumer probably never uses the power out of it unless like you're actually making something or you're like a gamer or something.
Yeah, but the problem that you run into is I think that especially when nobody is talking about that their sales are down, I think they hit max saturation. They've saturated the market. So the only way you end up you got to create a new market share, or you're gonna have to revamp your whole lineup. But I just feel like Apple's not gonna do either one of those.
Yeah, the new MacBook Pros are starting at $1,999.
Look, I heard Carlos say he was like, "What I need to do that for?" He was like,
Exactly.
I had." He said, "I already got the M1 Pro. What's wrong with it
Yep,
now?"
there's nothing wrong with it.
And you're not getting a good. On top of that, you're not getting a good deal. Like you're not getting if you wanted to upgrade and turn it and refurbish or whatever, you're not getting a good trade-in option for it. So what's the point? Shame. But Brandon, since you jumped away, is there anything else that you want to talk about since you rushed me today and jumped right into the meat and potatoes of my rundown? You like we
Let's
don't
talk
we don't
about
care
you
about that.
testing out an MVNO.
Oh, that's right, that's right. So no radio. I don't know if you saw it.
I voted, sir.
Oh, you did. What did you
It's
vote for? What did you
none of your
vote
business.
for?
None of your damn business.
Well, I'm the one that's got to look at the votes. I just want to
Is it not
know.
obvious what I voted for, sir? Look at the results, okay? The results are
Yeah,
pretty
because
obvious.
you voted for, you gonna be you like to be the oddball.
I'm not odd. I voted for what everybody else voted for.
You want me to
Oh
test
wow.
Metro?
Everybody does, because guess what? People were more likely to have that than all the other crap on that list. Metro and Cricket are the
Yeah,
only two that if somebody is like having some financial troubles now and they're thinking about, I need to downgrade a little bit, they might be looking at Metro
I mean,
or
yeah,
Cricket.
if you have an iPhone or whatever test drive you could do, then Metro's pretty much irrelevant.
yeah. But you know what? Here's the thing. It's that long term, right? You wanna actually
The
have a
long
good.
term, you could actually do another email.
Oh gosh, so we're gonna have to have PA Tech come up here and give a master class on how to have multiple iCloud accounts so you can keep
You
renewing
don't
it.
even need
I
multiple
got my
iCloud
new data
accounts.
network pass. I know that. I got mine on Android
But
this time.
mm,
Since they opened it up to Android.
and I'm gonna do that because
And you,
because what is it? You can sign up for free now.
yeah.
But you know what? Here's the thing. I need to hold on to it for at least a good 2 months so I can run it through its paces and do a hard comparison against Magenta Max. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm gonna end up doing is like this is Magenta Max and this is what Metro by T-Mobile looks like. And I need to hit multiple scenarios for it.
Edmund, let me ask you a real question.
What's up?
Without using Ookla or any testing method, which carrier works the best in DC?
Verizon is more consistent. Like consistent across the board. You're not getting crazy speeds. If you're trying to judge the network on speed testing, then T-Mobile gets it hands down. But consistency of network, Verizon.
You should test out Visible Plus.
Yeah,
Because I mean,
I'll get around to it.
$20. You'll get $20 off the first month. You get $20 off the first month, and
Do I
you'd only
do
pay
do I
you'd
can
only
I
pay
use
25.
can I use your promo code?
I don't have one. I think PA Tech has one.
Hey, look, as I start making my way through it, I'll probably end up getting there. I'll probably end up getting it. I want to go in
Or
order of the way that people are voting.
actually, you can actually do a free trial.
Yeah, well, you talking about for Visible, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but the
you
thing
don't even
is
have to
I need to
pay.
keep it. I need to be able to keep it for at least a month or two. So that's the thing. For me to do a proper review, I need to be able to still go to all the different spots that I went to for Verizon and compare them directly to each other. So it would take it would take me time, and I need to be able to. I'm probably gonna end up having to buy it to be able to test it. for long term. That's what I'm thinking. But yeah, so I'm doing that. Good people. I'm gonna be testing the MVNOs. So the first one is gonna end up being Metro by T-Mobile, and show you what the pros and cons of them are. Running side by side directly against Magenta Max. So all my major lines, all 5 of my T-Mobile lines are Magenta Max. So I have to get a Metro by T-Mobile line to show the comparison of. So that's what I'm gonna end up doing. And then the next one will be Cricket, and then after Cricket, probably Total, then Visible, and then on down the
I would
line,
test
depending
out
on
visible before I
the.
test out total.
Yeah, I could do that.
Because
It's gonna
visible,
it's
you
gonna come
actually
down.
get you visible
It's gonna
actually
it's
gives you
gonna it's gonna
priority
come
data.
down. But no, it's gonna come down to what the people request for. That's what
Yeah.
that's what I'm gonna end up doing. Like so, right now I'm probably gonna end up doing Metro first, and then after I finish running Metro through its paces, I'll redo the poll again and see what people want to see next. Gotta do it for the people, man. Do it for the people. So I'm kind of excited to start that next round of testing. I'm still trying to find C-band. It's supposed to be coming to DC within the next couple months, but I haven't had a chance to run any testing. I've just been looking at the service screen for Verizon for the last 3 weeks now, trying to see when C-band is coming. So I'm right now I'm on my C-band hunt in my region, but I'm gonna get started on the Metro by T-Mobile comparison soon. But anything else you got, Brandon?
Nope.
No, nothing. You don't got no spicy hot takes for me.
Oh, I was thinking about it so hard. I was thinking about it so hard earlier.
What's up?
I actually think Netflix is going to create a free streaming service that does
No.
not show their identity.
Why would they do that?
The ad money.
Do you know how many ads it would surface if they did that?
There a lot of people like Tubi.
I don't know, man. But I would not push it outside the realm of possibilities due to the fact that there's a certain tolerance for people and ads. Once you find it, then you can try to figure out a way how to monetize around it. I mean, because right now, Netflix is getting annoying where they keep canceling half the stuff they keep bringing out. They bring something out and it's on the chopping block because it didn't do great numbers the first couple days it came out. That's annoying now. Like, yo, I got so much stuff to watch that how can I just need to stop everything I'm doing now to watch this? You're gonna create me to have ADD. That's what we're getting to.
I mean, I
Oh, it
gotta
didn't.
go. I'll be back
Well, actually,
next
I'm
time.
getting ready. I'm about to shut it down. But hey, I know you got to run. Everybody, thank y'all for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Brandon, for coming. No radio. He got family stuff to take care of. Um, Follow me on Twitter at Keon81. Uh, Follow the channel at Community Tech C1 on Twitter, and I'm still posting speed testing videos and comparisons on the channel right now. So leave your comments there and tell me what you think. And I thank y'all for watching. Y'all have a good one.